welcome everyone to a brand new stream that is coming at you live right here in the very early morning. Welcome everyone. It is right here in the middle of a tiny little heat wave. We have 2 very hot days ahead of us here in Holland, so there's the air conditioning unit that is just in the frame. Let me go and move that out of frame for you just in a second. But today we're back with Age of Empires 2. I hope you guys are excited for it. This is a game that I have brought to the channel about this year, like around this year, and honestly I've been quite enjoying it. It is a tough game though. It is kind of an interesting game to get used to, and I hope that for playing it, number 1, it will be more understandable for you, but number 2, it will also be for me better playable, because I'm still learning. I'm not there yet. Yesterday we played Warframe, and in Warframe I am very confident in my skill. I can run builds and so, like, really outdated builds and whatever Rahab was saying. I don't really know what he was saying, because I thought that my builds are still pretty much top of the line. Whatever worked in 2018 probably still works now. Who cares? They don't change the games. They don't do that with live services. Who cares? But let me move this thing here out of the picture. It is now 21 degrees. Let's see. Can you still see that? Y'all can still see that. Well, fuck it then. We'll just leave that in. You know, it's a tiny reminder of the pain that I have to go through for you guys, but it's alright. It's alright. So yeah, today we are here with an Age of Empires 2 stream, and let me just give you a little bit of a rundown as to what the plan is for today's stream. Basically, we're going to be playing a new game mode within this game. However, because this game is a strategy game, a real-time strategy game where you're trying to outmaneuver your opponent, a lot of it comes down to skill and practice and knowing what to play. Basically, that is one of the things that I think is like the first step within this game. If you first boot up this game, you're saying like, man, it's so early. It's so early in this game, I don't know what I'm doing. Joey, how are you doing? Misha, it is so early. It is indeed. It is indeed. I know it is freaking early. I can feel that, but there's 2 reasons why it's very early. Number 1, it's very early because it is like going to be a heat wave today, so I need to be early because otherwise I will not be able to stream. I was actually doubting as to where I would stream today, but I should just push forward with it. And if it's going to be too hot, you know, I'm dressed like this. I'm dressed like I'm going to run a marathon because that's the entire point. Like I need to like get rid of all the heat on me, and I need to stay within TOS. So this is basically as far as I can go, given my limitations, okay? Given the limitations that YouTube and Twitch have set on me, this is as far as I can go. And yeah, we'll just have to do with this. And number 2, this right here will be a little bit of a longer stream. It will be a bit of a longer stream because we're not just going to be playing a single game in Age of Empires 2. If you've ever played Age of Empires 2, the games kind of tend to last like 20 minutes if they're really fast, to 45 minutes if they're normal, to 2 hours if they're kind of long, and then sometimes 3 or 4 hours if they're really, really long. I've not had that happen yet because I haven't really done an online game yet. I've just been practicing AI, and they're beating my ass still, so you know, that's where it's at. But yeah, so that's why we're doing a during the day stream, because I have a little bit more time available to me. Normally I would start my streams around 7:30 my time, 7:30 in the evening, but if I start around 7:30 in the evening, I am kind of an early sleeper, so I would at most have like 4 or 5 hours or 6 if I were to really stretch it. Right now I have a little bit more, so that's why we're doing these earlier streams. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a little bit more early streams. One of the things I was thinking about recently, we played the Black Myth Wukong stuff, and the Black Myth Wukong stuff was so amazing. I don't know, Joey, if you played it, have you played that game yet? If you have played it, let me know. But it's a really, really cool game, and I want to play more of it. But one of the things I found is like, I should probably do a longer session of that, because you know, doing it in 2 hours every single time is kind of like stretching it out really, 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 really far, and I kind of want to condense it into like 6 or 8 hour streams. But if I do that, the problem is kind of that where do I find the time? Where do I find the time to be editing? Where do I find the time to be doing doing the things that I also need to be doing? So it's kind of like a time searching. It's kind of like searching for the right schedule. I do intend to still keep the 2 hour streams, because 2 hours are kind of my sweet spot. My sweet spot to be delivering you the energy and the power that I need. But at the same time, I do also want to be stretching the streams a little bit more, so we can fit something like this right here in Age of Empires 2 stream. I'm intending to, like, right now, mix things up a little bit, but before we get into that, let me just go and catch up with chat right here, because I see a famous in chat as well, Joey. Oh man, oh man, oh man, how's it going now? Konnichiwa, Efim. Konnichiwa, Joey-san. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are good. Also, Efim, welcome back. Welcome back. Watched the stream all the way to the end yesterday with Warframe, and now came right back. That is perfect. That is perfect. Don't let my stream schedule throw you off course from like what you need to do. But at the same time, if you do or if you are able to catch every stream, that's perfect. That is perfect, and I welcome you very much into it. So yeah, what was on about? Oh yeah, I was about to say kind of like what the things are here, what the planning is for the stream. So today we're going to be doing a more longer, in-depth Age of Empires 2 stream. The point, as I said, with this is to kind of explain a little bit more about Age of Empires 2, make it a little bit more interesting to you. Give it a little bit more context, and also help me learn the game a little bit more. So we're going to start out in just a moment today with, first of all, looking at a game, and looking at a game from basically someone who knows what they're doing. And then once we start by looking at that game, which definitely is going to take some time, because as I say, these games kind of tend to take quite long, especially when we want to like take them apart. Then I want to take that, and I want to move that into a practice game for me. And if that practice game goes right, we might actually take it to online play, or if that practice game goes wrong, we have to analyze it and then go back into it. So it's going to take a couple of hours. So I want to be able to do that, and I also want to take that along to something like Warframe. Like yesterday, we unlocked this brand new open world inside an open world. Warframe is just open worldception, you know? People criticize them like, Warframe, you're doing way too many open worlds. You are doing so many freaking open worlds. How dare you? And they said like, listen. You ever seen an open world inside an open world? And they just did that. They just doubled right down, and honestly, like, the only thing I can do about that is just kind of respect it, right? Like, what else do you do about it? What else do you fucking do about it other than just, you know, go with it? Oh, man. Also, konnichiwa. Yeah, actually, I was wondering about that. I was wondering about why Joey-san was konnichiwaing with the WAC character and not the hot character, but hey, you know, to each their own. I understood it. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. That's also rather correct. I'm trying. Joey, you're good. You're good. We understood you. We understood you. We're here. We're here. You know why that is, by the way, Joey? You know why that is? That you don't have, like, you don't use the WAC character, but you use the hot character? Because, like, as if I remember correctly, and Afim, please correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, in Japanese, you have the wa is basically your topic setting character. So basically, when it comes to English, in English, like this right here is a complete deviation, but fuck it, we have the time. In English, if you're speaking the English language, you have object, subject, and action. So basically, I play the game. I am the object. The game is a subject, which is being used to play. However, Japanese doesn't necessarily need like the object of I play the game. You could also say play game. And what does that mean? It's like, well, I play a game. Who plays the game? Well, a lot of that is based on context. If I talk to you and I say, and we're just talking about like what I do in my regular day-to-day life, and I say play game, well, you know that I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about Bob over there. I'm not talking about, you know, you. I'm talking about play game. I'm talking about me. But you can also, it's not necessarily an object necessarily. They don't necessarily use an object in the same way that we do. You can also say, let's say that you're talking about, what will be a good example? What will be a good example? Let's say that you're talking about what your favorite animals are, right? So normally when you set your object, like you will have your object setting particle, which would then be like basically this is like in Japanese, one of the things that people liken this topic setting particle to is the object, because basically is if it's not clear from the context as to what you're doing, if it's not clear from the context why you're, what's it called? Why you are like who is playing, like let's say it comes to asobu, like play. If it's not clear who is playing, you can say watashi wa. It is as for me, like I am asobi. So it's like I am playing, I play. However, that doesn't mean that that's the object, because it can also be the topic particle. Because let's say that you're talking about what your favorite animals are. Someone says, "What is all your favorite animals?" And you say dog. It's like inu. It's like it's not really clear whether it's you. You can say watashi wa inu, which to Google Translate might very much seem like I am a dog, because it's like object. As for me, dog. It might seem like I am a dog, but it's like the topic is like watashi wa inu. As for me, it's a dog. So the topic setting particle is a little bit different than the object, but this comes back to like the topics in the particle is wa, which is written as the ha character, that's just the way it works. And then basically when you go to konnichiwa is basically you set the topic particle for, you know, like hello. It's basically the wa. It's kind of I believe konnichiwa is like just like konbanwa. It's like an abbreviation for something longer, but then they use the wa at the end, and the reason like that isn't the wa, but like this topic particle because that's the way it is. I'm so sorry, man. I just want to explain it. I'm trying. Okay, it's 3 a.m. Well, there you go. Now you know why it is, and we have a theme to correct me because I might have gotten something wrong. But hey, you know, I feel the best way of learning something is to explain it and try to explain it to other people, and then maybe be corrected. But yeah, that is the plan for today. Not to be talking about Japanese, but actually to be going and playing a game. So I think that we should go and get into that because it is getting quite warmer. We have gone completely off course talking about Japanese like grammar and. Am I excited about that? Actually, I'm quite excited about that, but that's not necessarily what you guys tune in for here. Let us go and get into the games. Smooth transition time. Never mind that. You know, that's just necessary. That is necessary for something in the moment right now that I'm going to be doing. Don't mind this. This is all should be completely removed from your mind. You never saw any of this, okay? You never saw any of this. Oh, look at that. I set it up perfectly this time. The camera actually works. The camera actually works. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that the camera would actually work if I set it up? So yeah, let us go into Age of Empires 2. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Also, Joey, thank you so much for your help with the music genre. Right now I'm not playing Epidemic Sound yet, but I have been able to find quite a bit of songs that I think may work. For those of you who don't know, last week I started like... let me check my bitrate real quickly. Okay, that's good. So, for those of you who don't know the context as to what I'm saying, last week I tried to stream, and basically Twitch has implemented a new copyright system. If you're not familiar with what a copyright system is, one of the things that Twitch has a lot of problems with is that people here on Twitch do like to just play the radio to have music in the background. And you're not allowed to just play the radio in the background to whoever you like during your content, because that is not necessarily the content that you have a license for. Like, you can listen to it on the radio, that's totally fine. But then the radio has a license to rebroadcast that music. I don't necessarily have that to rebroadcast the popular music you hear on the radio. So for that, you need a special license. Either you can use a Creative Commons license, which is a license that is people who put their work out there, and you can just use it, reuse it if you give credit. There's like special like restrictions to it, but basically it just means you don't have to pay for using it because people like to put it out there for free. And then you also have paid licenses. And a lot of people on Twitch don't like to pay for the licenses, or they don't care, or they don't know. I mean, like when I started out, I may or may not have used some of the radio stuff too, because you didn't know. However, I still see a lot of people, especially people who should probably know better, who are pretty much dependent on their income for their streams, still use radio music just every single day where you and I listen to on the radio. And that is completely not necessarily, again, like according to the letter of the law. And so far, Twitch has been not very proactive on it. The DMCA companies have also not been very proactive on it, but I do feel that's changing. So last week, Twitch tightened its DMCA guidelines, rules, and detection systems, and I got a little bit of a muting situation with a couple of my songs, which I do have. All my songs you listen to, I do have the licenses to, which is quite annoying. The reason why I was getting in trouble is because all the creative some of the creative license songs have actually been reused into making mixtapes or different mixes, which is pretty damn cool. You know, people trying to like make something new out of like the existing things. I always really love that. However, the problem here was that basically these people would make a mixtape and then put it online, and then the platform they put it on would throw it in the copyright system, and now the copyright system is claiming it on my video, where it's saying like, you're using that song, even though I'm using the base song that has the Creative Commons license. I'm not using their song, and it's a pain to have to deal with, because if I want to unmute that thing from my Twitch, if I want to make sure that I can still keep publishing my Twitch highlights, because they stopped auto-publishing right now because I have more than 3 detections sort of thing. If I want to do that, I need to give my full details to whoever does this, and I just don't feel like doxing myself to someone who may or may not be doing this in good faith. and it's just too much of a hassle to deal with. So I decided I'm going to stop using Creative Commons licenses. So this right here, where you listen to all YouTube audio library, and soon there will be Epidemic music going on in the background as well. But I need to figure out like what kind of genres fit with me, right? I'm a really bad person when it comes to music. I love music, I really love listening to it, but I always believed very strongly that it wasn't something for me. I always thought that music was something you were either born with or you weren't born with, and I wasn't born with it, so I never understood it. So it's really hard for me whenever I'm trying to switch up my library. It's like, how am I going to learn what is the thing that I like? What makes this song something that I do enjoy to listen to? Or maybe like a little bit too high energy compared to this right here. And what do I like, right? So I asked Joey, like, hey, you know, these are a couple songs I'm using. Can you help me like trying to like figure out something that's similar to this? And he gave me some very useful like terms to like look for in the library. Also, Spanish, how's it going, man? Yo, Misha, how are you, sir? I'm quite good. I'm quite good. It is the start of a heat wave here, and I'm trying very much so, Joey. What Joey recommended is like not being in the heat wave. However, it's not really working out, because what I'm doing right now is I'm showing you an altered version of myself. I'm actually using the latest version of AI at this point in time that doesn't just take away the background, but also changes the appearance of myself. I'm actually filtering my appearance, because right now, if I were to show you how this actually looks like, if I'm going to take away all the filters that make this look a lot more normal, this is actually what like the world looks like to me right now. This right now is the heat wave that we're experiencing. It is not very pretty, but you know, I'm fighting through it. I'm fighting through it just for you guys. That's alright, it's alright. But yeah, no, it is getting quite hot today. It's been a warm summer. It's been a warm summer. There's been a lot of things going on during the summer, but yeah, it's been fun. It's been goofy. It's been interesting, and now we're back into making more content. We're making more streams, and I hope that they're enjoying. They're enjoyable. How are you, man? How have you been? I hope everything has been alright with you. So yeah, let's see. There is something here in the frame. What is in the frame? That is in the frame. Perfect. Right. Okay. Well then, let us get going with the game, because that was ultimately what we came here for. Or maybe you didn't come for the game. I'll make you enjoy the game. Right, so here we are right here in Age of Empires 2. And I'm just gonna go and turn down the music right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Did that work? I think that worked. Perfect. So, Age of Empires 2, as you may have seen me play it a little bit before. Let's see. Joey asks, okay, hold on. Before we get started, this is a challenge for me, because I am not, like, one of the things that I'm not really that good at is kanji yet. But let's see if we can decipher what Joey just said right here. Joey says, ski na, he asks, like, what I like, I see mono, so I like a thing, wa nan desu ka? So he asks what kind of thing is liked. And I do need to figure out what this kanji is, so we're just gonna go look this kanji up. And then I'm gonna go and see what that kanji means. So let's see. I think it's animal. If I go to gshow.org, it's like what? If, I think that what Joey wants to ask is like what animal do you like? Is that it? Espino says, all is well. I've been traveling a lot for work, and I started competing in jiu-jitsu recently. Oh wow! So I'm trying to train a lot and lose weight as well. Oh, that is really cool, man. That is really, really cool. What is your favorite animal? Ah, I see. Oh god. I think that hold on. So like I'm still very much beginner level, but I think that right here, the thing that you there's two things. There's two things that I am thinking about. And a theme might be able to help me here, because here's what I'm thinking. Let me see if I can actually pull this up. How can I pull this up the best? How can I show this to you? Here, I'll go and grab this, and I'll throw it here in Discord, and I'm gonna go and bring it over to the other computer. You know, we have time. We will be getting into this other thing in a moment, but I'm gonna go and grab this right here, and I'm gonna go to here. We're gonna go play the music a little bit again. If the music wants to play, and then let me go and grab this, and we're gonna go take it apart. Sorry, I got a call, so I missed all that. Don't worry, I've been taking it apart. You did give me an answer to this earlier, so I wanted to translate the question. That's good. I mean, like, the reason that I'm going in on this is because I am also, like, trying to learn. As I say, I'm a very beginner level in Japanese. I don't have as much time for it as I would like to have. The thing is that, for me, this is also a great form of practice. So that's why I'm kind of diving into it. Also because I have the time for it today. We have a long stream ahead of us. So I'm excited for that. Let me see here. Let us go. I can switch over to here. Oh, there the music wants to play again. There we go. So this right here is your sentence. I want to see if I can make this appearance a little bit higher, a little bit greater. Don't look at all my documentation right here. There's just a whole bunch of things in here. Settings. I want to make sure that my appearance. I want to increase the font size by quite a bit. Close that. Move this away. Right. So this right here is the question that Joey asks. So one of the things that we can do right here is we have two very useful resources. We have jisho.org right here. This right here is if you're interested in learning Japanese. By the way, if you're not interested in learning Japanese, we're going to get into the game in just a moment, but I just think this is way too interesting. So this right here is ski. If you go to jisho right here, what you see, ski is liking. Basically these two, like this right here is the kanji su, and that's ki, and that makes like. So liking, and basically if you say that, it's like, do you like this? So this right here is, let me go and grab this. I don't have a Japanese keyboard. And then we have suki, which is like. This right here is, these right here, these two kanjis, this right here is thing. So this something is one thing that I recognize. So like we can throw that in there. This right here is a thing that's called mono. It's like a thing. So basically what he's asking is, what animal thing do you like? So what animal thing? As for what animal thing? So this right here, you see the wa right here. That means that we have, our topic right here. We have our topic particle. So what animal thing? So this is right here is, let's see how we would put this the best. Right there. We do it like that. Here we do like that. Let's do a decent notation right here. Right there. So that basically means it's like this right here is the first kanji, and that's the second, like, hiragana right there. So that's like. This right here is mono, and then the kanji I used before here, I think, is animal. Oh. Get rid of that. Hold on. Why does that not want to close properly? That was really bad. Just want to check real quickly. Just want to check something real quickly. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, good. I need to remind myself to make two separate Discord DMs. One that's like stream friendly and one that is personal. There's nothing personal that was shown on there, but just in case, right? Just in case, there's just some stuff that sometimes may happen. Right. So let's go back here. So right here we have animal. I want to go here. So we have the animal kanji. So yeah, I think like, yeah, this right here is actually like animal do. Okay, so what you see right here is one of the other interesting thing about kanji. Like this right here is not read as thing. This right here is dobutsu. So this right here is actually being read differently. let's change that. Hold on, it didn't select the thing that I wanted. Let's go and go to details. Let's grab this. Arturia, how's it going? Morning. Well, why is there Japanese going on? It's last going on instead of Age of Empires. Well, because Joey came in with Japanese, and we're trying to, and we kind of derailed it. It's kind of a mix of a community stream. We're gonna get into the Age of Empires soon, but it's early morning, and I feel like it's fun. Animal. So, the thing that I always like to do is just take a look at like what is this, like basically this kanji. Like I don't know like how correct this thing is, but it's just kind of like it helps me. Imagine like how did these kanji came to be. So basically this is made out of like motion and thing. So basically an animal is a motion thing. So yeah, so right here we have like, what, like, as for the animal you like, what is it? And this right here is none. Actually, like, I think that the best way to do none would be to do this kanji right here. So I think that personally, like, I would improve it like that. I'm not quite sure of theme. Like, you might be able to help me with this. And then we have deska, and this right here. So this right here is what, and then deska. Desa is basically this makes a question. This makes it a question. So actually, it's cat. Makes it a question, and this is politeness. So let me just explain this real quickly, like what is going on here. So we have this sets the topic. This right here is what, and then this right here is makes it polite, and this makes it a question. So this right here is where you see the Japanese is very different from like any other language, where basically what you see right here is we have the topic that's being said, the animal you like the animal, like the liked animal, basically the animal that's being liked. As for the animal that's being liked, what, like basically what, because like you don't need to say what is, because there is no is in Japanese. It's just like what is already baked into here. So as for the animal, like as for the liked animal, what is it, and then like this is just making it polite, and ka is like when you want to ask a question. I think that the only difference that I would make here is I think that I would make this a ga, because this does say like this does set the topic, but I think might be able to correct me right here. However, the thing that I like in this too is if I go to guide to Japanese, or because like you're asking a question out of all the animals is your is the thing that you like. Let's see if we can actually get into here, otherwise this might be out. Okay, this might be out. I think that you have the gap particle. I believe that right here, the gap particle, this would be, I don't know what it's called anymore. I'll go grab my notes here. But I believe that this right here, where do I have it? Just a second. I'll find it. I'm sorry for horribly derailing the stream, but we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this in a second. What was it called? I don't know exactly what it was called, and I can't find it very quickly. So I think we're just going to have to move on with this in just a second, because it is massively derailing the stream. Let's see. I am gonna very quickly still look at it, and I am not finding it as fast as I wanted to, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it, or Athene will have to correct me, because Athene is a little bit more knowledgeable on this language than I am. I'm very, very new to this. But basically, I think that the gap particle is out of everything. So basically, in Japanese, like you can ask a question about, like this right here is the topic setting particle, but the favorite question that I like to like one of the questions that I like to ask is like, "Tabebono ga suki desu ka?" Which is very similar to this. So tabemono. So basically, that is this question right here. this right here is food thing. So, 食べ物 が好き。Oh. Let's go. I don't know whether this entirely works, but this is just something that Afi may want to correct me on. This right here is basically food. I'll just keep this simple, so we'll just do like food, and this right here is thing, and it is like out of everything. And this right here is like, as we saw right there, and this is the question. So basically the question here, this right here is, what is your favorite food? So what we're asking here is like, what out of all the food do you like? And that's why, like, I'm thinking like maybe there needs to be a ga, because, or like maybe you change the ramp. But then again, like I'm not too familiar. Let's see. Joey says, I'm not an expert by any means, but I've seen wa when asking and ga when answering. Yeah, I think that they can be used interchangeably, but I just like that point that just stood out to me, and I think that you might also be able to rephrase this sentence. This might be more correct, or maybe there's two ways about it, but you might also be able to rephrase the sentence where you just say 動物が好きですか? So basically the ga makes it out of all the animals. Basically this translates to out of all the animals, which is the one you like? And then if you were to ask this, if you were to phrase it like this, it would be as for the animals, which one is one that you like? So this one would be, so like this one I believe would be more closer to being the official, like being more like, what is it your actual favorite animal? And this will be like, oh, you know, out of all the animals there's out there, which one do you like? That's just my interpretation of Japanese. I don't know how correct I am. Also, I'm sorry for delaying the stream. We're about we're about like how long into the stream? 30 minutes into the stream, and we're just dissecting Japanese. But I think it's a fascinating language. I need to try and learn it more. But yeah, we're gonna get into here right here in a second. But I was distracted. You guys shouldn't distract me all that much. Let's see. Articles like are a thing from the English language. Yep. But also, Terry, how's it going? Hope you know well. From what I still remember of my translation days, they're not interchangeable. Okay, I'm trusting that. I'm trusting you on that. Ramen ga suki desu. Yeah. So yeah, like when it comes to ramen ga suki desu, the thing with ramen ga suki desu is like what you're saying is if you say ramen wa suki desu, it's like as for ramen, I like it, and ramen ga suki desu, what you're saying there is ramen is the thing that I like. So ramen wa suki desu is like I just like ramen, but I could also like, you know, I could also like rice. I could also like fried potatoes, right? But if you're saying ramen ga suki desu, it's like ramen is the thing that I like. Afim says, the sentence is fine, but if you want to add a particle, you could add wa to indicate that dobutsu is the topic, in case it's a bit more of an emphasis, since it's not strictly necessary. Adding a ga is more like picking out a favorite animal among all the options, as if there are multiple favorite animals. For direct translation, using wa would be, as for your favorite animal, what is it? But for ga, what is the favorite animal? Note that using ski to modify with na makes it more like more favorite than like, using the end of the sentence. Favorite. I'm happy. All right, well we've derailed this long enough. Let us go right into the game, because oh boy, I did really enjoy this though. This right here is kind of a mix between like a community stream and a what's it called, and a like scripted sort of stream. Like I do have an idea for this stream, but also because we're having a lot of time, I'm more than happy to go off the rails. So if you're not really ready to go off the rails with this, either watch the stream back and make sure you pick out the moments that you really like, or just be here and derail it as much as you like. I mean, like, this is what it is. Arteria says, back when I still did translation, I was taught by a native teach. I don't remember a lot anymore, but that was one of the things I still remember. Let's see, this was a wild ride. For me too, like, I really enjoy, like, I don't really get to talk about this with a lot of people, because not a lot of people around me do speak Japanese. And, like, I'm a very beginner learner. Like, this is something that I just do happen to know about. There's also so many times that the theme should throw something in chat that I can't really take apart because my kanji vocabulary is really low, and I don't really have that much time to be learning it all that much. I want to be learning it every single day, but that has been really falling behind because, as you see, I haven't been able to do that much streaming, and streaming is way more important to me than learning Japanese is at this point in time. Afim says also there is cases where wa and ka can be used interchangeably in the sense that they both make sense in the sentence, but the meaning is probably different. Yeah, I do think that is, like, officially, I think that the difference is, like, there is a big difference, but I think that when you're using it casually, like in casual conversation, if you were to talk with a Japanese person, and you were to ask, if you were to say, like, tabemono wa suki desu ka? Like, as for food, what do you like? Or you say tabemono ga suki desu ka? I think that they both kind of get the thing that you're trying to say. It's kind of like if you're in English, and it's like, and you're just like, yeah, what's food you you really like, or what's your favorite food? It's like, you kind of get the point. You kind of get what they're getting across, even though officially it's not correct. But anyway, we are here in Age of Empires 2. Welcome everyone to Age of Empires 2, where today we're going to be learning a new game mode here together, you and I, as we just started out learning Japanese. Today is the day of learning, and today we're going to be learning a lot more different interesting things. One of the things that we're going to be learning right now is going to be a new game mode called Nomad. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to go into single player, but I'm not going to play myself just yet. What we're going to do, the entire point of today, is I want to see if I can learn from the pros. If I can learn from looking at people who actually do know what they're doing, who actually do play in a sort of decent way. We're gonna take a look at that, see what we can learn from that, and then from that we're gonna see if we can implement some things. I'm thinking first I'm gonna go and try and implement these things into a match against AI, because then I can pause it, I can restart if I need to be, and perhaps if that goes quite alright, we'll see if we can move on into actual online play, which I haven't done so far yet because I haven't been easily able to beat the extreme AI. I think that for me is kind of the barrier that I want to pass before I get into online matches, because if there's still a challenge that I can take before actually having to face people and then, you know, having to deal with, let's say that I have a really bad start, I want to adjust, I don't want to inconvenience someone by just being like, hey, sorry man, I just want to restart. Right now with AI, I can do that, I really enjoy it, and I think that it's better for me to get my hotkeys and everything together, because if you don't know what this game is about, I can just do a very, very quick game. We're going to do a very, very simple, we're going to go in very easy game. We're just going to go and try and beat this AI as fast as possible, just to give you a very quick introduction as to what this game is about. So this right here is Age of Empires 2. You may have seen it before. Actually, one thing that I do want to do right now is I want to pause this at this point in time, and I want to see one of the things that I'm quite curious about, which I don't know if that's possible, but if someone who knows about Age of Empires can actually, you know, help me out with this, that would be freaking grand. One of the things that I have a little bit of an issue with is this thing right here. Let me go and move myself about a little bit. I'll go and move myself up here, and I'll just show you what this is about. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So stay, mouse, stay. This is not what I have an issue with at all. The thing that I do have an issue with is this right here. So this right here are our UI elements. Let's move this up along. There we go. I'll bring in Pointy Me. This right here is Pointy Me, by the way. You're going to meet him quite a lot. This right here I'm going to use to point towards villagers that I think are important for you to look at, or point towards buildings that I think are important for you to look at, because I can't point everywhere on the screen. So that's where I have Pointy Me. Pointy Me will be accompanying you for quite a bit. Hope you like him. Be nice to him. And yeah, he's going to point towards things. But the first thing he's going to point to is this thing right here. This right here is my little box of actions. So what you see right here, here we have our actions. So right now we're in the town center. This right here is the most important building within Age of Empires 2. From here, you're going to produce your villagers, and your villagers are going to collect resources. Like right here, we have sheep, and these sheep are going to be providing you with food. Then we have wood right here, which are going to be providing you with wood. And then we also have stone and gold, which are not on here, but they're going to be providing you with stone and gold. Very surprising, I know. But what you're going to be doing with that is basically with the wood, you can build farms from which you can get more food. From farms, you can create more villagers. And from villagers, you can mine other resources. And then from that, you can build buildings from which you can make barracks and stables and everything to make military units to overwhelm your opponent. The entire idea is to build up as fast as possible so you have as many things that you can fight with so you can overwhelm your opponent. Now, every single building and every single unit will have one of these menu items right here. where basically you can see like it says the town center, it says like the stats on it, it says the HP that's on there. So let's say that I'm fighting with something, you can see the HP, and you can see what actions I'm clicking. I would like this thing to actually be sort of over there, because right here now we have a gap, and basically normally I would be sitting right here, which is covering everything up where I'm sitting. I could move myself here, which I think I'm going to do for the stream, but I do feel like it looks really weird, because if I'm looking here, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right to me. I'd like to kind of be sitting over here, or maybe this I'll do for today. But if there would be some sort of way that I could move this stuff right here all the way over there, just some sort of mod in Age of Empires 2, that would be fantastic. I know there's a lot of mods within this game, but I've looked around for UI mods, and I can't really find anything other than things that change this around, like put like a little exclamation mark over these guys. There are some mods that I know about, but not like this yet. So if anyone knows about that, that would be grand. And if not, then that will just be the case, and we're just going to have to move about with this. Let's see. Arteria says, I'm familiar with the original Age of Empires 2, not the remastered one. Yeah, they did do a remastered one in 2019, which actually like looks quite cool. The basically the same things apply to this one as the same things apply to this one as do with the original one, but the thing with this one is that it just looks a little bit better, and I think they have just a few things. I know there were a few for the original version, but I don't know if those work for your version. Yeah, I need to figure out, like I'll just show you right here. So this right here is why I like to play with the original, like with like AI, because I can just quit right now if we're on a tangent. And also there's a little bit of a ruckus going on, so I'm gonna move this mic up a little bit closer to my face, so you hopefully don't hear it all that much anymore. So yeah, let's go into mods right here. And this is also one thing why I like to keep myself centered right here, because if I keep myself right about here, then what you'll notice is that, let's say we're moving into here, we will no longer have that. So right now that's what we're looking at. Let's see. Arteria also says, when it comes to the Japanese topic, I was always told that that requires more than just knowing the proper grammar rules, since it's also heavily reliant on context and the difference in standing, so best not to use them interchangeably. Afim says, but if you really want to be casual, use neither. Oh boy, yeah. It is, it is something. Japanese is something alright. So this right here under mods that I have installed right here, basically this right here makes sure that we have no more like stumps in the trees, no more random plants around, removes plants. We have no more tree stumps. Basically, we have a lot of the same things. Are these all installed over each other? I think it does. Main menu, actually, like, I'm not adjusting the main menu. I don't think I need to adjust the main menu. I can just have that be whatever it is. I don't really care all that much. Also don't need to adjust the main menu here. We have the bigger relics, which is good, so you know where your relics are. We have the fish border, shows you where the fishes are. We have the small trees. Like, I've kind of thrown a whole bunch of things on here. Maybe I shouldn't put all the things on here. Let's see, because no tree stumps is the same as no stumps. So I might as well remove that one, or just remove that one. Useless plants remover is the same as no more plants. Improved mangonel shot visibility, I do quite like that. No embers is a raid. We have mangonel shot visibility. We have eye-catching relic. We have select small trees with grid shadow. I guess that's fine. We have a Green Arabia minimap. I like that. That just makes that map look a little bit better. Dock for Fishbone. That makes the dock look different. Age of Mandela. I don't necessarily know what that is, but you know, it's whatever. Bold fish border. I think we're just going to go with that. That's a small map pack, which is kind of funny. I do want to get into that, so at some point as well. Research completes confetti. Basically sprays confetti around a building that completes a resource, or like completes a research. And then control grips fixed position. I don't necessarily know what this entirely was. I think that puts the control grips in a different place, which is nice. Small trees. Yeah, that's a good one to have. That's all the other maps. That is a range mod that shows the range, and this right here, I don't need that main menu thing either. Right, so browse mods. My mods right now, let's see here. I want to see something for the UI. But basically, when I look at UI, what we're seeing here, I think I clicked this because I wanted to see if there's something going on. Let's see with that. We have... So yeah, I don't need the main menu mods. I'm like, why? Like, what's the point of that? I don't need my main menu to look different. It's just whatever. Remove all those. Those were not exactly what I was looking for. So what I am looking for, though, is I am looking for a Advanced Auto Pointer. I already have one of those. Towns in the Range mod, I already have one of those. Interactive Build Order, I don't really need that. Let's see, Better Resource Panel, I already have something like this. Crimson Blood, alters the appearance of duration of blood. Like, blood is multiple, like, you see a lot more blood on the map. that's kind of funny, but yeah. Let's see, we have fish borders, we already looked at that. Identical pine trees with grid shadow. Actually, I quite like that. Let's throw that on there. Improved small trees. I already have small trees, I think that's quite alright. And we're gonna have another tree mod on there. We'll see what happens with that. No snow, magnal shot. Like, it doesn't really seem like there is anything that really changes the placement of the UI. So I don't know where it is. No intro, new fish border, short walls, boar pointer, better main menu, night theme. No, I don't care about the main menu. I just want to have my UI elements of the game. I want them to be interchangeable. I don't know how to do that. Localization fix 1,000 population. That would be insane. I don't know if my computer would handle that. And the graphics enhanced mod, huge number. Restart the game. Control group numbers too small. Wow, we can have a lot more people in our control group. That's very interesting. No collision trade. Oh wow, that's kind of like big. Displayed hotkeys, the Golden Horde 9 months. I don't think I can find this. I do not think I can find this. So I'd like to say, like, I already went over this, but I just wanted to go over here on stream if I missed anything here. Yeah, sure. Drop anything in the Discord. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Okay, so the record is a little bit gone, so I'm going to move the microphone away again. But yeah, as I said, I can't really find anything to change my UI position, and I would really, really love that. So if anyone knows about how to change that, how to change the UI in the game right here, that would be grand, because I would love to have that. Because if we go in right here, and we go to options, I don't think it should be changed here. Interface either. Right here, I don't think there's any, like, we can change the scale of it. I don't really want to change the scale of it. I just want to change the position of it, but I can't find anything about that. So this right here, let me restart this right here. So let's go and take a look at what we're doing right here. So as I said, this right here is Age of Empires 2. It's very, very simple. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going and we're going to create a little civilization that is first going to look at making some resources, getting itself some resources, and then from those resources building up an army to overwhelm our opponent. Now our opponent right here is going to be the easiest AI. This is going to be a very quick match, as I'm also going to have to get used to my my smaller settings. Normally I play in 4K, but I think this looks like better in graphics, so we're just going to play with this. I'm going to have to get used to this at some point, but I think that this right here, when I'm playing in a 4K, also let me just pause this right here. I want to move myself up. I want to move myself up real quick, so that looks a little bit better for you. The thing that there we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. There we go. We have other sheep again. Also, why are you going there? Whoops. That is me doing something quite bad. We have 5 on food right now. I'm going to have 6 on food. Once there's 6 on food, I can go to my wood line, which I'm going to send him to the wood line over there. You can go over there. You can scout around as well. You can go there. So, yeah, basically what we want to do is we want to go and build up our resource supply, and then once we have enough resources, we'll go and overwhelm the enemy. Now, when it is enough resources, that is pretty much for you to decide. You can go and wait for having all of your research done, having all of your things completed, and then go in for the attack, or you can decide to attack early, which I want to try and do. Wait, I don't have this one set to control group, which I want to do, because there are my sheep. And then once I have those sheep, I do want to go and see if I can catch his sheep right here, because he probably won't have gotten them just yet. There we go. Shouldn't forget to make villagers. So these right there are on there. I'm going to go and get the boar over here. So you can go over there. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom, boom. Right, you can go over there. You can go and scout a little bit. And then go there. There you go, you go back. So right here is a boar which has a little bit more food, but if we're going to get him, then one of the problems that the boar has is that he can hurt us. And we also need to make sure that we make houses for our population, because if we don't do that, then basically we'll not be able to make more population. So I'm going to have this guy make a house and then go to berries, which is also a food source. And then we need to make sure that we send these guys back to deliver us enough food to make another villager. There we go. You go and make a mill right there. And then I'm hoping that this guy will soon find some of his sheep, because I would like to have a little bit more food. But if he doesn't, then that's alright. We'll just know a little bit more about his base. There we go. Make more villagers, please. There we go. or have a little bit more insight as to what's going on. Whoa! I left a pig here, completely unguarded. I'll send him back. I will send him back right there. Now, what I like to do here is I have 1 weak villager that I would like to send back there, just for safety, because we're going to go hunt that other boar. I don't want it to get killed. That would be quite problematic. Here, I'm going to take these guys. I don't need all of them. Right here. Alright, I'm going to have one of these guys come there. There you go. Look, this is where this is what I was looking for. I found his pigs. Right, you go and hunt the boar right there. And I need, I think, 3 more villagers there. You guys can go and attack that, please. And then I want to have some of you guys go on there as well. And then I wanted to go here. I thought I found the sheep right here, but it seems he's taking them away. You go to here. Make me a little bit more wood. I think I need 1 more on there. And then we should be able to move quite a bit along. This right here is 5. Once you guys are done there, you go over there. So I want to make sure I send them to wood. And then very quickly as we move along. Right, well, I'm not going to find him here. He's taking them safely away. So then we're just going to go learn more about his base. He will not be very hard to take down. Oh, shoot. There we go. I want to H up. Everyone go back to work. Everyone go back to work. You guys go here. I have 5 of you guys, so you guys will go and build me another wood camp. There's no one here anymore? Okay, good. Then some of you guys will go over there. I'll have 2 of you which will go and build me a mining camp. And then I think that we have everyone pretty much where I want them to be. I want you to go build me a... Actually, not build me a house yet. Or go build me a house. Because I need more houses. And then we're going to start building some military. Arteria says, I did find a few mods for your problem on Nexus mod, if that helps, but Nexus is not a built-in method for applying mods. Could you send it to me via Discord? Then I'll go take a look at it and see if I can implement it, because it will just be like, I know it's not necessarily a general thing that everyone needs. So like I do recognize that's definitely something where, you know, I'm having specific streamer problems, which I don't expect the game to accommodate me for. But it would be really, really nice if I, you know, if there would be some way in which, you know, it could be helped. And if that is by doing a spectrum mod, then I will definitely take that. So yeah, this right here is just kind of a show match as to what's going on. Just to show you, like right now I have built up my my village a little bit. I'm also building up a little bit more of my capabilities here, just to expand my my power of fighting. So once this thing is done, I'm gonna go and build myself an archery range, because right here, these right here are the Vietnamese, and they are an archer civ. And the nice thing about an archer civ is that they're really good at archery ranges. So that's basically what I'm going for. I'm going for as many archers as I can, and I'm gonna try and overwhelm my opponent with fighting it. So actually, my next few villagers will go here. Okay, I don't really want to fight him. I don't think that's worth it. There we go. Once you're done with that, make 2 more houses. Or do I want to do that? I don't know. I think I'd rather go and build me another archery range there, because then the archery ranges are quite close together. So we have this right here. Once we have that, let's keep on making villagers, because if we don't make villagers, we are screwed. You can go and build me a farm right there. Right there, you can go and build me another house. And then I'm just kind of waiting until we have enough food for another archery range. Yes, there we are. And another house right over there. And then after that, you can go over there. So we have a pretty decent situation right here, because we can wool from there to there. We can wool around to keep us safe. We have this guy right here. You can go actually build me a wool from there to stone. Let's just keep ourselves safe. I don't think that he's like this easy eye is going to attack me, but this is kind of just in case. Just kind of goes to show you like what the idea around here is, what generally happens. like, what's going on? What's going on with this game? What's the point of it? I need a little bit more wood to build another farm. I want to keep my farms up because right now we have 7 people on food, but these guys are going to be running out of food soon, and we need to keep 6 on food at least to keep our villager production going, because if we don't, then we'll be in trouble. So yeah, also we're going to be making a little bit more archers, so that is that's not necessarily costing us food, but it's costing us wood. So I also want to make sure that my farms auto-renew because I really like having that. So then what we have right here is we have this guy right here. Just make yourself a little bit few more houses right there. There we go. In the meantime, we're going to keep on making these. And slowly but surely we're going to be moving on to the next age. Right now though, I do need to look into... yeah, actually, yeah, you just go work on there, please. I need to make sure that I start putting these guys right here on there. As you can see, like, he's really, really slow. So I really haven't been scouting this all that much. I kind of should. So right here, we're just going to go for an HC approach. Also right here, I want to make sure that I research fletching. Right here, this gives my archers a little bit more range, and it gives them a little bit more power. So that's what we're going to be doing. Just moving it along a bit. These guys right here will go on more food procurement, making more farms. Because you don't really, like, one of the things I often forgot when I started out was just to put these guys on farms. I would often just be like, well, you know, it will be fine, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, like, I have to have, like, 6 villagers that all of a sudden need to make houses, and 6x6 is, like, 360, like, wood that I all of a sudden need, which is really hard to get to. So you, once you're done with that, nope, fix that. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. So right now these guys are out of work, so I need to put them to work again. And then I want to go here. Oh, this right here, this is where I forgot to work. You go build that, and then you build that, and then you build that. If you're done with that, well, whatever, we'll see. I need to have an archer mass of about 8, so I want to build a little bit more archers here. And then I also want to see, I think that we're getting closer to an equilibrium of, I want to have about the same amount of people on wood as I have on food, just to, like, keep the flow of food going. And then slowly but surely we're going to go and move on to the next thing. So right here, bada bing, bada boom, we have 13, I think that's quite nice. I do want to send just a couple more on gold, because I think that that will help us quite a bit. So we're going to send about 4 on gold, and then once these guys are on gold, we'll go and move out with more. So this right here, we have that quite well locked off. He might decide to come around here, so that's why I want to... Nah, you just go and work on that right now. I don't think he comes around. We'll just have to count on the enemy just, like, being the easy eye and just work with that. Well, actually, no. One thing that I do want you to build, probably, though you can build that as well, is I want to build a market, because that just allows me to even out a little bit of my resources in case I need it. Oh no, he's attacking this. That is so bad. I didn't know he was doing that. So right now we have an archer mass of 7. Right here, I will go and put them on the defensive stance. I will give them the assignment number 2, so I can just press 2 and then move towards them. All 2, there we go. This right here will actually be our group. And then you guys will go forward. And 2 will go towards the enemy base around here. We'll go to 1. This right here is a scout. I want to use my scout to get a little bit of intel as to where he's at. I think this right here will be a good place to hit. That right there will be a good place to hit. And we're just going to move around our locations. Keep on making villagers, please. But right now I know that I have enough here on gold. I don't really want to add more on gold. I want to keep on making archers because that's nice to have. I want to give my archers a little bit of armor. And then once that is done, that should be quite alright. So then we go to all 2. This right here is our archer mass. And what we're just going to do right now, we have 8 archers. And the reason why 8 archers is a great number that you want to have is because 8 archers can kill a villager quite quickly. If you position it correctly. I should probably have positioned the archers a little bit closer towards where the villager was going to. But they didn't. And right here you see that because I attacked with my horse inadvertently, what he had prepared was a lot of anti-horse guys, like pikemen, I believe. And that is problematic for him because I am pretty good with my archers against the anti-horse guy. So right now I've already killed a number of his villagers. I'm going to kill that one as well. And because I killed all these villagers, what you're going to see is that he's going to slow down his production, and I will be able to keep up my production. I'm also going to fetch the next age, which makes me a little bit stronger. I'm going to go and see where my next targets are. Right here, you see, this is one of the weak villagers that we just attacked. Down you go. Now what I want to do is I want to move out towards here, intercept them, attack, move, move. There we go. One more down. We're going to keep moving. I think that he's going to send his villagers back right here. In the meantime, let's go and expand that. Let's go do that. I can also expand a little bit of my mining right here. I can build more archers, because the more archers we keep in line, the better it is. So let me explore with my scout right here what is actually going on, what he's doing. And then we'll go right here. We see that he's moved a scout in here, probably to protect, but, you know, he's not that smart, so we can go and take out his scout right there. He doesn't know that skirmishers counter us right here, so he hasn't made any of those. That's because it's easy, and he has just given up. Because if we take a look at this, right here, what we've done is we have basically just taken down his entire economy. He doesn't really have that many villagers. Bada bing, bada boom. That's kind of what you want to do. It's a very quick and simple explanation of what this game is about. And that is what we're going to be looking at. Like, we're going to be looking at building ourselves up right there, right here, and then building ourselves out into being able to outtake an opponent like this. This right here is a generally quick game because I'm playing against an easy AI. This guy right here just doesn't know how to fight, and this right here is just the easiest way of showing you how he goes. Honestly, if I play against moderate AI, I can beat him probably in about 40 minutes. If I go with a hard AI, it probably takes me about an hour to beat, so I didn't really want to do like a really long explanation of how it goes. So yeah, we're just gonna go quit the game. We're gonna see like that I have had the better military. I've had like I've killed 12 units. I have had the better economy, technology, and you see in the timeline I just killed all of his guys until all of a sudden like he just didn't have anything left. So that is just basically how this game goes. That's how it goes, and that's what we're gonna be looking at in a moment. I'm just gonna go and take a drink a little bit. Let me play a little bit of music. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So yeah. Let me check in with Joey. That would be a very interesting thing to work on, Joey. So Joey and I may have a couple of ideas to do some fun streams together. And yeah, Joey just sent me one of the ideas, which is pretty cool. So sounds good, man. So oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, sometimes you have like a plan for a thing that you're doing. You have a plan for like how you're gonna approach some things, and it's like goes all the way to the tracks. Like that's something which I love about streaming. But it's also something I've been struggling with a bit because I love these streams where we can just go wherever, and we just have a lot of time. We're not confined to the 2 hours. We're not confined to, especially like we need to get this done now. We need to get this done then and then. We can just sit back. We can talk about a little bit of Japanese. We can talk about a little bit of whatever. But at the same time, like I've also been worried. It's like, man, is that really enjoyable to watch, or do you want to come in and watch for the title? Because especially since I've started streaming on YouTube, one of the things with YouTube is that on YouTube you have to provide for the stream not just the title but also a thumbnail, and the titles are a little bit more important on YouTube, I feel, because on Twitch people don't really look at the VODs, as I know, because I put all my videos that I put on YouTube, I also put them on Twitch, and no one really watches them. I still keep doing it because I like to have it all to the archive, and let's say you like to watch videos on Twitch, you can do that. I wanna provide the opportunity. I don't want it to be because of me that you can't watch your my stuff here on Twitch. But YouTube is a lot more about videos, much less about streams, but still the streams do show up in your subscription feed. They do show up in, like, if you go to my channel page, you go to live, you can see all my past streams, and I do think that it looks kind of nice if there is some sort of structure to the titles. Like back in the day when I just streamed on Twitch, I would just name my streams whatever the fuck I feel like. If I was like, oh man, you know, I'm just gonna call them random stream. Doesn't really matter because some of the title's gone. No one's going to watch the past streams. But on YouTube, I feel they do. So the thing that I want to do ever since I started streaming on YouTube as well, I just make sure I have a little bit of an obvious idea as to what's going on. If you click on that, you know what you're going to be in for. If you click on this, you know, like, kind of the structure of the stream. It also helps me structure the streams because, as I said back in the day, my streams are just like, I'm going to go play a game, I'm just going to turn on the game, and we're just going to play as I normally would. And I think that's kind of fun, but at the same time, I don't really think that's providing you with a decent enough entertainment factor. I think that entertaining, so like doing a stream isn't necessarily just rambling on as you're just playing a game. If that would be the way that streams are and like everything is, then it would be very easy for everyone to stream. But I think there's a little bit more to skill to it. Not to say that I've mastered that skill, like I'm still learning every single time I stream. But that's kind of the balance I'm trying to find, and right now, I kind of expected that we would get into the review of the match quite quickly. But you know, like I also really enjoyed the start that we had with a little bit of the game to explain it for people who might not be familiar with it, and also with a little bit of the Japanese thing. Arturia says, do people actually read the title and tags on Twitch nowadays? I don't necessarily know, because I'm not necessarily your typical Twitch user. For the longest time, I didn't really use Twitch. Actually, like, I got into Twitch because I was doing the Warframe stuff on YouTube, and through Warframe creators on YouTube, I discovered that there was Twitch, and I really enjoyed Twitch. And basically, the people that I found on Twitch were just the people that were in the creator program with me that were doing Warframe stuff, and I was just watching them. And then for the longest time, I was just working on my own stream on Twitch. I didn't really have the time to go out on Twitch and like reach out to people on Twitch and I'd be like, oh, let me go watch this person stream. So it's either like Joey comes around and hosts someone, it's like, guys, this is like a really cool person, I'll just go watch them from time to time. Or it's like right now, I'm meeting some people who are like TwitchCon or whatever, I just go watch them. But that's because I meet them first and then I follow their stuff and then just watch them. I don't really care what they stream. So that's the way that I discover people on Twitch. I've never really gone down into a category and just, or whatever, just go on the general Twitch homepage and then just went by title and be like, oh, let's go watch you. Except for when I want to try and find like Japanese streamers, because like watching Japanese streams is something that I do like to do to increase my Japanese skills. And the way that I then look for that is not necessarily the titles or the tags. I do search by language, but then I just go by, hey, what kind of stream looks a bit different? What kind of stream looks different? First of all, like what stands out. I do like when there's like a webcam involved or something. It gives a little bit more of a personal connection than me just watching a game, especially when, you know, sometimes in low viewer streams, which I do like to hang out in. I don't really like to go for the big viewer streams. I like it gives like some sort of sense that there's someone there, because I don't like the. There's sometimes streams that people do which are just like what's it called? There are no what's it called? Like no cam, no mic streams. So basically, it's just you watching someone play. And I know that everyone has their own like little feelings with streams, has their own preferences with streams, which I fully respect. But it's just not for me. It's just not for me to just watch someone play and not just have any connection with them. Because for me, Twitch is very much about the connection that you get with someone who you're speaking with, and not necessarily about the gameplay. Although with gameplay streams like what we did yesterday with Warframe, it's a little bit more about it. I really like that, like watching something like that if I'm not really playing a game myself, just to get a feel for it. But at the same time, I do still want there to be someone to give me connections. Like, what am I looking at? Like, is this right here? Is this important? Is this cool? Is this like funny? Is this annoying? How do you make sense? How do you interpret this? I do really like that part about it. So yeah, for that, I just look for like, does the stream look different? And is this a stream where there's interaction going on a little bit? I do also think that's kind of important, especially interaction with chat. There are some streams which are completely quiet that kind of turn me off, and there are streams which are like there's interaction. Let's say they're playing Apex and they're talking amongst each other. That's fun too, but I also notice if that just goes on too long and there's no interacting with chat, then that also turns me off a little bit. Arteria says, if I go with what I've been seeing as a mod for the last couple months, most people don't read tags, title, and the About Me page anymore. Yeah, I don't think so either. So like basically the way that people grow on Twitch is just through getting raids, or through what's it called? Through like watching someone on YouTube and then discovering their stream on Twitch. That's the way that I would recommend grow. If you want to grow on Twitch, go and make YouTube videos and then make them link to Twitch and then make that work. Or get involved with other creators by like focusing very much on one game and then becoming part of that creator program and that creative community and then working with that. Or go and work with, or go and like reach out to other creators. But the thing that I find really hard with this, the thing that I find really hard when it comes to working with other creators or working with a creative program, actually there's another one, I wanted to do this one. And the thing that's really hard if you want to work with other creators or work with a creative program, focusing on one single game could be a really good start for your YouTube career or your Twitch career. I've seen people grow up within 1 year to a pretty decent amount of viewers on Twitch or on YouTube. So for example, I know of a streamer who started playing a game about a year ago and now is one of the top streamers within that game category, pulls a decent amount of viewers that gets you to partner level and actually like does pretty well. Let's say that this streamer is to about 100 viewers. 100 viewers is very respectable on Twitch. I don't know if that makes you like be able to live off it entirely, but it does make you like decently, you know, it pays a decent amount if you have a decent amount of subscribers. It's not something to laugh at. That said though, one of the things that you do notice is whenever this person who focuses on like one single game to grow their channel, whenever they do anything else, their viewers dip to below mine. So you go to something which is 10 times mine, my viewer count, and then whenever they try something else, their viewer count dips below mine. That is something which I've experienced with Warframe. I've gone with Warframe over like 3,000-4,000 viewers on this channel. But the problem with that, if you do one game consistently, either you have to love this game for all of eternity, or if you're a normal human being like you and me, what's going to happen is at a certain point in time you're going to find something else which is interesting, or you've played for the entire thing. I felt with Warframe. Right now, it's a little bit fun again because there's so many things that I don't know about, but also know that if I go for the main quest and if I go and collect the things, if I go and complete the things, I'll be done with it. So that's also the way that I view my streams right now. My streams are very much akin to how should I phrase it? I think that like what I like my streams to be is kind of like a character progression arc, right? So right now we're kind of in the Age of Empires 2 and Warframe arcs. So right now what I'm doing is we're in the stage of my streamer journey where I've just discovered Wukong, Black Myth Wukong. We're playing for that. This is going to take a couple weeks. We're also going a little bit through learning Age of Empires 2. And we're returning to Warframe, learning a little bit about what's going on with Warframe, what's going on with this game, catching up with the quests, catching up with a little bit of the in-game activities, maybe doing some of the open worlds, but that's not going to last for eternity. That's just going to last for a couple months at most, and then once we're done with that, we're going to move on to something else. There's other games. Maybe I will turn to Apex, because I've not played that in a while. I've seen there's squads there. Maybe there will be something where, what's it called? Where another game pops up. Maybe Settlers Zone Zero, maybe Once Human, or whatever. You know, there may be something else that pops out, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go to that, and then maybe we'll return to this at a certain point in time. So I think that one of the things that you may run into yourself if you're going to try and build your Twitch channel through focusing very heavily on one game and integrating yourself in that community is that you feel like you're getting stuck in there, because let's say you're pulling 100 viewers, or like this right here is what happened with many people in the Warframe community. It's like they're really focused themselves down on the game, which is great. You know, they grew their channels, but they grew their channels to the point where they were dependent on their channels, and then if they wanted to try something else, all of a sudden they were like from barely, you know, viable as a day job to completely non-viable as a day job, and that jump from like 100,000 views to below 1,000 views. A lot of people couldn't take that, especially when they try to stretch that to like, oh, we'll do that later, I'll do that later, and so I'm sick and tired of the game, and then they can't do it, and they blow up the career. So would I recommend you to go into one single game expressly just to do that entirely? It's like, not necessarily. I don't really like to do that, because I feel like you're trading, you're doing a trade-off. You're getting a certain amount of views, you're getting a certain amount of success that you're attributing to yourself, even though it's not necessarily attributed to you, it's attributed to you playing the game. But at the same time, what is the other way of going about it? Because the other way of going about it is, as we say, either grow it up on YouTube, which is like learning how to make videos, learning how to make, you know, fun things that pop off, which is quite hard to do. Or one of the things that you could do is you could go and collaborate with people to, you know, learn about and mingle yourself with the general Twitch community, because there's so many people that are great on Twitch. Like, I'm just learning about much of the Twitch community right now. It's pretty damn cool. Like, there's some pretty damn cool people around here doing all sorts of weird things that, like, oh my god, there's a streamer who I recently got to know, who started out playing Fortnite as someone who is not necessarily of the Fortnite demographic. Started playing Fortnite during the pandemic, kind of blew up with that, which is kind of cool. It's like, hey, you know, there's more people that did that, but now transitioned that entirely from crocheting just chatting streams. Like, she crochets like little things, and then like talks about it during just chatting. It's like that's wild. That is wild. That's a wild transition. And there are so many more people who do very interesting things here on Twitch. And I think that you don't necessarily have to confine yourself to one community. You don't have to necessarily confine yourself to one category. However, the problem that we have on Twitch here is that our culture is not necessarily focused that much on collaboration. It's really hard to collaborate with people, because you kind of have to prove yourself in collaboration. And if you're new here, it's really hard to get something like that started up. So the only way that you would be able to do that is to be kind of arrogant, be kind of like using people, come up to people like, come into their streams like, hey, do you want to collab, or send a message like, hey, do you want to collab? And if you do that, one of the things that you're often going to be met with is some very negative reactions, because if you come into people's streams and say like, hey, I'm going to stream right now, I've had that a couple of times, that people would come into my stream, be like, hey, I'm going to stream right now. Like, that is incredibly rude to do, because basically what you're trying to do in a very unsubtle way is like try and steal people's viewers, be like, hey, everyone, I'm streaming right now, y'all want to come join me? Like, that's weird. In the same way that you're just asking someone to collab, it's kind of like, hey, you want to collab? You're kind of missing the person. You're just looking at them as a source of views, kind of. So there's something that I'm working on, like a bigger project that I'm awaiting a little bit of Twitch communication on right now. I was in decent communication with Twitch, but it's just like, it's slow. It's a big corporation, it's kind of slow, but I'm waiting on like a response for them to see how well we can move through with that. But yeah, I'm working on a pretty big project, which is going to try and break down a little bit of these like category barriers that's in there, and hopefully make collaboration a little bit easier, because I think that may be the best way to, like, if we can make it easier for people to work together, then hopefully through that, we will also be able to make it easier to grow together because, you know, you can be able to do things together. But anyway, that's just like a little bit of a side thing. Joey says, want to grow on Twitch? Better blow up on TikTok. Man, TikTok is not something that I've really gone into that much yet. To me, the thing with TikTok is that I feel it is very easy to get views, but at the same time, these views are very cheap because, like, you just scroll through. It's kind of like watching memes. And what I remember from, like, going over memes and my, like, years of going over memes is that basically, if I just go over them, I never wonder who made them. I've seen so many memes. I've never known who made them. I never cared. Arteria says, did you do Whisper and the new prologue thing back to back then? As for streams, try music streams, as there are some amazing music artists where you can lurk and enjoy the music. Oh yeah, I found some really, really great DJs who just like play the nicest tunes. They're fantastic. Might not be helpful for the artists, but the ones I follow said that they don't mind if people just listening like radio and if they don't like interacting with other people. They're fantastic. And I think that for them, one of the things that is really, really nice about these streams is that they just play music. I have some really good ones that I like to listen to. And I think that the nice thing about for them is like they can just like make their mixes, play their things, and they can talk with people in chat just by chatting. And if people just want to listen to it and don't want to have the outbreaks, they'll subscribe. And I think that that's where the revenue comes from. So I can see that as a very decent like business model as well. Just play Valorant. Maybe if Valorant will come around, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? A lot of Warframe streamers just stop when they notice a massive drop each time they tried something besides Warframe. Yes, that's because you mained one game. And it's totally understandable, but you have to slowly ease it out, and that pattern is basically something, that's the burnout pattern, where you hold off transitioning until far too long. And that's something where I'm noticing right now. So like, I stopped doing Warframe videos at a certain point in time, because I was making the Warframe videos, not necessarily because I wanted to make Warframe videos, like Warframe drops new updates, so you make something here. And now, it's more about, like, let's put it this way, maybe that's kind of hard to understand, but back in the day, my videos would be Warframe videos with me reacting to it, or Warframe videos that I covered. I like Warframe covered by me. And now I feel my content is more me covering Warframe or me covering Age of Empires 2. This right here, this stream right here is not necessarily all about me like this game. This is like experiencing this game through my eyes, or through our eyes, basically. We, us as a community, going through this. And I think that that's a massive difference that a lot of people don't really seem to value all that much. Because at the start, when you start creating, one of the things that you don't know about is that how do I phrase this? You don't know about how to deliver something. I didn't know in my first videos what my point was, or like how to bring something along. Even if we go to something here, hold on. Let me just take a look right here. Even if we go and look at this right here is my channel right now. Boom. So, if we go right here to videos, if you go to my most popular video, the New War playthrough right here, this right here is also very much still me playing me covering Warframe being covered by me. This video right here has higher production value. This video has is much better than, let's say, here. Like let me show you the progression. So. Misha Postma War Within. This right here was my very first like playthrough video. So what you see right here, this right here is where we started at. Actually, I'm gonna go turn down the music a little bit, and we're just gonna go listen to this right here. So this right here was the very first video that I did where I played through something. And we're gonna see a massive difference between these two videos, but essentially they're very much the same. So let me show you a little bit about this. We're not gonna watch this entirely, but I just wanna show you the difference. So let's go.
Welcome everyone to the War Within. The update is finally there, and it's now time for us to go in and find out what this update will bring, what this quest will be.
Also, just look at like how this entire setting has changed. It's completely different. I now have the game here, and now I'm here instead of the other way around. No, that's just gonna change. But yeah, there's like, look at the colors being different. Look at, I still did have a water bottle. Always have a water bottle with me. But yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to go in, so let's go play the game. We're gonna play it right now. I honestly, I don't know what to expect at all. I haven't looked at any spoilers. I haven't looked at any trailers. I did look at the 2 trailers that came out, but I haven't data mined.
I haven't looked at any trailers, but I did look at the true trailers. Man, I've always been like the most. I should run for a politician, man.
Anything. I don't know what I'm gonna expect. So we're gonna dive in. Apparently, the quest will start off straight away We're just gonna have to find out. I think it will start off.
Oh yeah, this right here is where I signed in.
That looks amazing.
That as well. So this right here is something that I would do differently. Like right now, like this is not clear that this is right here is lifetime. Like why would I show my desktop right here? But this right here was just like,
okay, I'm just gonna go in and
I'm brand new.
I'm gonna try to give you
this is my very first playthrough
a bit of guidance, a bit of commenting, but I assume that it will just be me being amazed at it. I
didn't know what to do about it.
I really don't know, but I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, basically just my little intro blurb. I'm just saying that, hey, you know, there's a new quest out. I don't know what to expect. And yeah, I'm excited to see. I don't know what's going to happen. That's basically what I'm saying. Like right now, I would say that a little quicker. But yeah, I'm switching over right here. I'm signing in. It's all that interesting. I was like, oh shoot, I should probably not show my password while I'm typing. So I'm just typing this right here. I didn't edit this out because I didn't know you could edit that out. And then right here we have the old login system right there. Bada bing, bada boom. We get endo. Yo, that's exciting. We have stuff right here. Going over that, and then we're just gonna get into the quest. We're gonna get everything ready. Bada bing, bada boom. As you see, that's basically the setup. I say, hey, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. There's a new quest. Let's go. Boo, 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 boo. Let's go. This right here is a couple years later. This right here was 2021. This right here was 2016. So this is 5 years later. Me doing basically the same thing. Time to play that new war.
Huh?
What the? Hey, how's it going?
What the hell, dude? Like, what are you doing here?
I kind of decided, you know, just stick around because, yeah, I mean, why not, eh? Why not? I kind of enjoyed it here. I didn't really want to go.
So you're kind of like...
So right here, instead of just starting with like, welcome to the war, and I do a little intro skit. The reason why I do these is, number one, I think they're fun. When I was doing Warframe videos, and there wasn't a lot of time for me to be creative with Warframe. There was a lot of time for me to be creative with making videos. Like I could be creative in Capture, but I wouldn't really be creative with like camera stuff. So this right here were my opportunities. Whenever there would be a special video, I could do stuff like this where it's me talking to a past version of me, and I thought that was really fun. I also thought I would like give a little bit of flair to the videos, where a lot of videos, basically every single Warframe video started out with just someone just sitting there like, oh, we're gonna play it, and I felt like, what if I just throw you off the loop a little bit? We'll just do something. This right here is just like a little bit of an intro thing with me talking about eternalism and, you know, the thing in the past and the future, and I just thought it would be fun just to, you know, throw it in there. Like, seriously, it's just throw you, of course, being like, hey, what's going to happen? It's a bit of a more interesting video, but it made a bit more interesting start, but at the same time, you know, you could also argue maybe it's a little bit of fluff that you're not interested in getting into.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know.
Thought I'd live, but
now in the present,
we're just going to skip for this because I've already explained what it is.
Be in for a long...
Impressive.
I don't actually know.
Looking back at this, I probably wouldn't make this as long anymore. Like this right here is basically a full 2 minutes of something that is just a funny skit. But yeah, like this right here is actually like pretty much an example of what I did before. It's like, you know, like you have some sort of intro. This right here is a little bit more creatively made, but at the same time, I'm doing pretty much the same. I'm just giving you an intro that I think is interesting, but it's still me just covering Warframe. It's me being like, hey, you know, there's a game, so I'm going to do something about it. I'll try and be creative more about it, but it's not necessarily me thinking about like what is really me about this, right? This is kind of creative, but hey,
like
it's still kind of the same.
But don't
I'll move on. Right here, that was 2 minutes 18.
Hey guys, I'm Inglorious B, and I'm here to help you guys out on Warframe.
This right here is just a little bit of an intro segment to get started. What I liked about this, my entire point of this was like the new war is kind of like, for me, it was the Infinity War thing, where it is the end of the saga, the end game thing. It's basically the end of Warframe as I felt like it. I think like it wraps up the entire arc of Warframe that I really cared about. Everything that we have right now with like the Whispers and the one, everything else, I feel it's like secondary. It's fun, but whatever, right? So this right here was like my very first video. We have the second dream, which was an important quest in Warframe with me and Cole like singing about it. We have the war within right there. This is like highlights, like ramping around. We're moving in. This right here was a sacrifice that I reacted to another important quest.
I told you.
And then we're moving through. It's just like a little bit of fluff to get you started, get you hyped. We have the new war being announced at TennoCon where it was shot at right there. Me freaking out about it, which I thought was like, oh man, you know, you add that hype to it. It's like, yeah. People speculating around it, like what's gonna happen. And this right here is like the journey of it taking a really, really long time. And I was complaining about that. And then this right here is just me saying, hey, you know, it's here. We're getting started.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back
and this
to
is the true start,
new
basically.
Warframe video. Holy shit. Has it been a long time since I've said that. Anyway, welcome back to the new war. Yes, it is finally here. Like, I can't believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it. This thing that we heard in 2018. What?
So what you're saying right here is I'm just basically saying like, hey, you know, here we are back into Warframe. There's a new update. I don't know what to expect. Like right here, I'm just saying like, oh, it's
Now,
pretty exciting.
I don't know what to expect.
See, I don't know what to expect. Basically the same thing as I did before.
But we're gonna see the next many things. I've heard things like, oh, it's just gonna be like a quick installment, but we're gonna see the next year. I've heard things, it's gonna be an 8-hour-long quest with 8-hour-long cinematics. Actually, the 8-hour-long cinematics was kind of like made up by me, but I've heard so many things about it. I do not know what to expect.
This is just kind of setting expectations a little bit, but it's more just me illustrating me like hey, you know, I don't know what to expect at all.
Steam profile right now.
So yeah, this is me saying I haven't played in a long time.
In 2021, since 20.
And this is just setting up, and then we're gonna get started. We're gonna get into it. So what I'm trying to point out here in the difference, like what's here to say, like look, the editing is very very different. Like right here.
And now it's time.
It's time to begin. I cut out the login thing. Right here, we're switching straight over to this. You know, it's more professional, but it's still the same thing. Me just sitting down saying like, hey, you know, Warframe's dropped an update. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're just gonna go play it. I do it in a little bit more elaborate way. I do it in a more entertaining way, but it's still just me reacting to Warframe. What I'm trying to switch to a little bit more, and that's what I've tried to do yesterday a little bit, but what I'm trying to do even more so in the future. I just need to make sure that I'm fully prepared for it. Is that here? This doesn't make any sense if you have not been keeping up with the latest thing in Warframe. Like, what happened in Warframe before that right now the new war is happening? Like, where does this sit? Like, why is this an important update? I don't give you that context. This video is very dependent on you having a lot more knowledge about the game, which a lot of people do. Like, this right here has 16,000 views because there are 16,000 people around that do know about what Warframe is, and they do know about like, you know, the context around it. However, it does make this video very dependent on something, and it's me just more reacting to a game. And I think that if you really want to be good with making content, if you really want to be good with entertaining, you need to be able to make it stand on its own. You need to be able to cover something where it's like, hey, you know, if I'm coming in as a somewhat new viewer, it doesn't have to be a complete new viewer, but if I'm coming into your video, can you just briefly give me the context of what's going on? And that's what I'm trying to do right here as well. That's why we started out right here with a little bit of the show match sort of thing. Which is like, hey, look, this is what Age of Empires 2 does. I'm kind of expecting y'all to kind of know this game already because we covered it a few times. But if you just tuned in there the first time and you're still sitting through this like through this ramble here, basically this is kind of what it does. This is kind of what you can expect from it. This is kind of what it looks like, and these are the basics. And now we're gonna go into looking at someone who knows what they're doing, and then as we go through someone who knows what they're doing, that will set the expectations of what I can try and do throughout the stream. So that is basically what we're doing. Where I'm trying to point out the difference between me covering something and I'm covering a game or a game being covered by me. I don't know how to explain this the best, but that's basically like the way that I mean, it's like either like there's a game and I like, oh my god, we're gonna do something with that, or it's gonna be me being like, this is what I want to do. And that's what I think is a big difference if you want to get started with covering things. I think that first of all, you should get started just having a game that you cover. Like, let the game guide you, let whatever it is guide you, because your quality of your content and the quality of your skills can definitely improve. Like, there is such a difference between this thing right here and this thing right here in how I deliver this, that there is so much improvement in there that right here, if I started to worry about like how I would change things around and like how I would give the context, it might have helped it a little bit, but I think that the biggest difference that came around was definitely in like just me improving my quality over time. I think that there was a lot to be learned in there, and I think that that is also something you can grow into. So that's where it's totally fine to focus on one single game. But then, also, I was not showing this. But yeah, like if you look at the difference right here, if you just look at the difference of quality throughout this right here, there is so much that I changed around. Also just the fact that I cut up this, like there's so much, if you're doing a playthrough, cut up things around, just cut things out. There's so many things in there that's just not interesting to see. There's so many things that people don't need to see everything about. It just makes it so long. Also, I'm just a second, or not. I think this is right. I hope it's right. But yeah, anyway, the thing that I was on about, hold on, I'm just gonna have to quickly press this right here. I haven't fixed this yet. But basically, yeah, that's just how I want to wrap it up. It's like, yeah, you can cut out so much. Like, there's so much you can learn, but then if you want to change towards doing more general content, have people watch your content for the content that you make, then what you should probably do is go out and just, you know, make your content the center of it. But yeah, anyway, that's it though. It's time for us to go and get started with this, what I'm probably going to do is just very quickly do a quick refreshment. So let's just get into the Age of Empires 2 mood. So what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to go play a video right here that I feel is criminally underwatched. This right here is 9 minutes long. I'm going to go play this right now, as I'm going to go and just take a little quick break. I'm going to have Past Me entertain you, but we'll get set the mood a little bit for Age of Empires soon, and we're going to come back, and we're going to go do the proper stream thing. A female asks, what if one becomes the game itself? That would be interesting. I have not encountered me becoming the game yet. That would be possible. That might be possible, but yeah, perhaps that will be something in the future that I will encounter. Like I'm not done evolving. I'll always continue to evolve as I move on and I continue to grow. But yeah. Anyway, hold on. What is this? Hold on a second. Okay. I need to go and I just got an email that I just got a copy claim on my Warframe video. We're gonna go and experience this right now. This right here, apparently, hold on. I'm just gonna go and show you this. This right here apparently is a song that is being used in Warframe. I'm gonna go and listen to it. You guys obviously can't listen to it because otherwise this thing will get claimed. I just want to listen to this right now. Do I recognize this? This might be the song that was used in, if I go to the stream from yesterday, I think that this was the part that was being used in, when we went into, like, the 1999 segment. I just want to check this real quickly. Postma 1. Let's see here. If we go here, if we go to live, if we go to yesterday's video right there. And then we go to this here. Where was that segment? I should timestamp this again. Oh yeah, here we went in. Let me go listen to this real quickly. This was a wild moment. Yeah, I think that sounds roughly like it. Yeah, like Warframe uses this song. Okay, well, we're gonna see. Does it say in the mail where the offending part is? Yeah, I just showed up in the app. So yeah, basically, Warframe has Warframe's used copyright material in their game, which is a bit annoying. Sheesh. What am I gonna do with this? Like, I could just say that I will have to cut that out though. I will have to cut that out for a different song for the editing. So the big question is, did you have the fault set up with Warframe as the game being played? I think yeah, I did. It is set up with Warframe as the game being played, but like basically what they used. Xena, how's it going? Basically what they used is Warframe used this song right here, which is owned by one of the music companies, UMG. So as you can see right here, music videos by Nine Inch Nails performing Into the Void is by UMG Recordings. UMG is obviously like one of the things that is kind of intense about it. What it is, well, like as a result, what you see right here is if we go to this right here, I'm going to mute the tab right here. What we see here on the stream file is that it says right now, actually it doesn't say right here, but it does give me a thing in here that says like this thing can't be monetized, even though it says it says restrictions, copyright things found. It does say that there is no impact on this thing here, but yeah, I just don't really trust it. I don't really trust it. I will cut out that song and try and replace it with a I have a similar song from Epidemic Sound when I edit the thing down. I mean, like, I don't care all that much about the file, but it's kind of annoying. Can't you just appeal with pointing out how it's used as an in-game sound in Warframe? Technically not. Technically not. I think that technically having that sound be part of a game is not necessarily something where you could argue that that is a valid defense. And I'll explain it to you very quickly as to why that is. Also, Xena, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. DE has said that the song should be cleared for content covering the game, if I recall correctly. Well, like, so far it does say that there's no restrictions in this thing. It, like, I did get a conflicting thing. One of it said, like, I'll show you the email right here. It says, right here, video cannot be monetized. I'm just gonna open this right here. Let me open this for you, so we can all read together. Let's do this, and I'll explain a little bit about what's going on. There we go. Could I open this? Let's see. Could I open as a new tab or something? Show, let me see how I can do this best. So basically, just want to. All right, so I'm gonna do this differently. I'm just gonna take a print screen, and we're gonna go and look this up in Photoshop. Just a second. I just want to say like how I can grab this from the email without you having like reading my entire email thing. I'm eating toast. Oh, nice. We're getting the full creator experience. Yeah, we are. Like this right here is what happens with the longer streams. They're kind of what's it called? They're kind of they're community streams. They're going to be a little bit different from what we normally do. So I'm just going to grab this, create new, throw that in there. I'm going to go hide this right here. I'm going to go and close this there. So there we go. And then I can switch over to this. So this right here is the email that I got. It says, "Hi Postma 1, copyrighted content has been detected in your video. Where is Warframe taking this game? Which percent will playthrough? The visibility of your video is not impacted, but you can no longer monetize it. The copyright owner is now either monetizing it or receiving analytics about it. It's not a copyright strike and does not affect your channel." So this right here says it's not a strike, so like it does not mean that that my channel will go down if I upload this twice more, which is nice, but it does say that I can no longer monetize it. Now, right now, the channel is an hours watched on the track of monetization. We just need to get to 1,000 subscribers and then we can get monetized by ads. But this right here is kind of annoying if, you know, like I make this content and then I can't get ads on it. But the content used right here is Into the Void 9 Inch Nails, which is the audio that right here is being used, and it says the impact on the video. Basically, it says we're not allowed to monetize it. Like they will probably not take the money, but we'll also not take the money, so the money goes to YouTube. What can we do? We can leave the video as is. We can edit out the segment. Or we can submit a dispute to the copyright owner if you have the rights to the content, or you can re-upload the video without the copyrighted content. So this right here, because this is just my stream, I don't really care all that much about it. I do intend to upload a full unedited, like a full edited video later on which I do care a little bit more about what is going on with it. So I will edit this out. But yeah, let me go and explain as to like right now why this is a very rather valid claim, and why even though Warframe may have said like, hey, you know, the content should be cleared, and you may say as a trigger point says like, hey, you know, you're covering the game, it should be an in-game sound, why that's not okay. Let me go and explain that real quickly with a new thing right here. Let's go make 1920 1080 right there. We'll do a white background. That's perfect. We're going to swap this around. I'm going to change the song a little bit in the background. And then I'm going to go and grab myself a little bit of a drawing thing, and we're going to go and draw this right here. So basically, when it comes to if you create something, if you create a piece of film, right there, you know, like film has like the film thing, or if you create a piece of music that's like a music note, you own the rights to it. So if I take that, and I put it into a new piece of media, then if I don't like get a proper licensing for it, then that is basically me stealing from you. So the way that YouTube says, like, if you do that, then basically what you're doing is like, this is not right, this is bad. So then the money that you make from this goes back to these people. So if you don't do anything here, you get that thrown back. Now, one of the things that that people often say is fair use. So let's say that I want to talk about this piece of media right here, or I want to talk about this song right here. What I could do is I could say like, hey, listen up. I can't talk about a song or I can't talk about a piece of media without showing it. But what I'm doing is basically I'm taking this. I want to talk about like, hey, let's say we're going to be talking about like a piece of media where we see a guy stand up, or like there's one person, then there's two people, and then there is only one person, right? Let's say this is a film, and I want to talk about it. And I want to talk about the impact of, like, you know, like, showing first one person shows the loneliness, and then that shows the hope that there is, you know, that he can encounter someone else. But then it shows the tragedy of life where people will leave you, you will be alone forever after, right? I can show that, like I can show that, and then show these individual things one by one. Be like, hey, like right here, I think that the film artist portrays this very well, the sense of loneliness, or doesn't, or the film artist right here portrays this very well. Like, you talk about it, and that's where fair use comes in. However, and actually no, and that's also something that has been argued with games. Like, when it comes to games, this right here is like one of the things that like people generally don't know when it comes to games is that is that games like Let's Plays are kind of in this very much a gray area, because in a sense, like, just be honest about this, right? It's like, how much different is a Let's Play, right, from a reaction video? Like, this right here is the worst created, like, controller ever, but how much different is a Let's Play from a reaction video? Because basically what you're doing with a Let's Play is you're playing through the game. Like yesterday I played through the Quest of Warframe, and as I was playing through it, like, you're playing it from start to end, everyone can see it, and basically I'm just kind of reacting to what's there. I'm giving more context. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is what's going on, this is what's happening, right? But at the same time, like, I could do that the same to like a movie. Like, I could be playing a movie, playing a brand new movie that comes out, and being like, guys, today we're gonna watch, I don't know, like the new Deadpool movie that came out. We're gonna watch the new Deadpool movie that came out. I have no idea what's gonna happen in this movie, but I'm super excited for it. People are super stoked. This is what happened in the last couple of movies. So let's get started. You play it, and then you watch it, and you're like, whoa, man, that is wow. You know, like, we just saw this scene. It is crazy. Let's talk about it, right? Or, oh no, is this gonna happen? Are they really gonna do this? They put a Nokia in this bloody movie. That's wild, right? It's very similar to the games, but there's one big difference in games, and in games like is that you have agency in the game. And one of the things that what you see just the games is that, unlike movies which you just play, pause, and it's the same experience for everyone, because you have some agency in the games, people have often argued that you can move around in these games, you can make it your own journey. So my playthrough for a game can be very different from your playthrough in the game, because I make different choices, or what I can do is I can decide to you know, focus on this, focus on that. I can speed through something, I can take my time, and because of that, it's a little bit more different, like individualized than movies is. Like, my playthrough experience is not the same as yours. And one of the things that I think game companies have very quickly realized is that through people playing their game, through very popular streamers playing their game, they saw a lot of traffic come towards their game. So they discovered that very quickly early on, there was a little bit of a gray area, and YouTube didn't really have the DMCA rules in place where things could be taken down fast. And they saw that had a beneficial area, like a beneficial effect on their game. So what happened basically is that this form of reacting right here, even though it is very similar to these forms, was kind of accepted by streamers and content creators, and also game companies, because they recognize that having this relationship together works very well. Because let's look at Black Myth Wukong. One of the reasons that I discovered Black Myth Wukong very much is not necessarily because of advertisement. I didn't know, because like I didn't see a single advertisement for it. I didn't see a single like promo thing or any promo trailer from them. The reason I saw it because I saw a whole bunch of people stream it on Twitch. I saw a whole bunch of people talk about it on YouTube, and that's how I discovered the game. And I bought the game, and I think it's very similar for a lot of you guys who discover games like Genshin Impact through me playing it on my channel. So this right here is is something that works in this sphere, but that's not necessarily like the general rule. Now, when I'm talking about this game right here, let's say we're talking about the Whispers in the Wall. Why, if Whispers in the Wall uses a song right here, why might this song be a bad way of being used, and why might that take the revenue right here from the video? Well, the thing is I can't, like with the game, I might be able to argue fair use about the game itself. I could say, like, if we were to take it to court, which I don't know how well this would hold up, but technically, if I were to take this to court, I could say, like, listen, what I'm doing with this game is, like, I'm playing through it, but during the game, I am often interpreting it. I'm saying they do this well, they do this wrong, and I can't tell this story about the game if I'm not showing the game. I can't tell you that, like, I can't be like, oh my god, this is so weird, they put a computer in the game. if I just showed my face cam, if I just did this the entire time as I played for the game, if I did this, I was like, oh my god, guys, did you see that? Like, whoa, it is wild. Like, oh man, like it would not convey anything about the game. Like I wouldn't be able to say like this right here, this computer right here looks so out of place in this setting, and that's the very first time you've ever seen that in a game in Warframe, and it's like it's so strange. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't really work that way, and that is. That's a way that you might be able to argue it, though at the same time, one of their counter arguments might be, why do you need to show the entire quest? Why do you need to show the entire thing? To which a lot of streamers will say, intuitively, it's like, oh man, that's because I stream the game. I stream this content, and I have to go for it live. It's like, you don't necessarily have to. That's the problem also with live reactions on Twitch. It's like, you don't have to go for the entire video. You could prepare the thing beforehand, and only show the things that you necessarily want to show. But that's not how most Twitch streamers work, because that's a lot of work beforehand. That's not how the culture is, and generally this works. But if we look at the situation right now where we're playing a game and their song comes up that like they bought the rights to, they bought the license to, like they bought the license to, they got an okay here to use that in the game. That doesn't necessarily cover that being covered by me, because like a broadcast license, me using this is a different license that probably has a different amount of money to it. It wouldn't make sense for DE to cover this and to then also cover this for whoever wants to stream it. That wouldn't make sense. Like, why would they pay for other people to stream it? So what then happens is I react to this, but that includes the song, and YouTube detects the song. Now, I don't have the license to the song. If I had a license to the song, let's say I have a license with UMG, I could just say like, look, I have a license to it, it's okay, we'll be totally fine. I don't have that. What I could say then, and that is what Arteria says, like, hey, if I'm doing a Let's Play, I'm reacting to the Let's Play right here, so like I'm covering the Let's Play under fair use, and because of that, like this should be covered under fair use as well, right? Well, as I said before, this right here is a very, like special case in the fair use thing. Even right now, the fair use is not really, it's not really a strong defense. It's something that you could argue in a defense, but it's not necessarily like, hey, it's fair use, then therefore it's okay. It has been argued in court, and some cases have been won, but that would be, let's say, the H3H3 case, where they use segmented clips of a video to react to it and give and like explanation. It wasn't a market substitute, whereas a Let's Play of an entire quest could be seen as a market substitute if you're like only there to play the quest through watching through it. So that's right here. This right here is kind of the exception. And then the song maker could say like, well, you know, sure, you're going for the quest, but you're not talking about the song. You're not reacting, like you're not criticizing the song. You're not here to be like, hey, you know, this song right here is doing this and this and this. I'm not like making comments on the song. I might say like, oh wow, that's crazy, that's really cool. But it's, oh wow, that's crazy, that's really, really cool. Is that a comment that was needed, that needed that entire bit of song? That's hard to argue. And I think that that might be a very losing argument if I were to try and argue that in court, where I said like, oh wow, the one moment I was like, yo, this song is really, really cool. Yo, that's a good vibe. It's like, is that really something that needed that song, or does that mean just being a reaction thing, a reactionist basically? So in that sense, it's like I don't necessarily think that I have a strong fair use defense on this. Even though the game may think that this is fine, I don't have a license to cover this game. We have a general understood agreement within this industry, in this community, that we do something like this, and it's okay. But we don't have, I don't have, like that doesn't work in this industry, and I don't have the license, nor do I have necessarily fair use defenses for this. So that's why I will like try this right here. But yeah, let me see. Arteria says, Let's Plays are also used for finding stuff or figuring out systems if the guides are horrible for explaining stuff. That goes for in-game guides as well as guides made by defense, by the way. Yeah, I really like, this is why I like to do my Let's Plays sort of thing. I like to cover this, because I like to play through the whole game, because then you can see, like, you can look for things that you're interested in. Like, there are so many times I'm looking for things online where I want to know specific things about a game or about something else, but then people try and cover it, and the way that they cover it is really bad towards how they like they focus on particular things. Like let's say, for example, graphics cards, right? I was looking recently for a Arc A310, which is a Intel Arc A310 is a very bottom of like budget graphics card, but it's a graphics card that has better trend scores that my GTX 960 has. And I was looking at that because, first of all, it's really hard to find someone covering the trend scores, because they're all covering games, and I'm like, who cares about games? Like most of the graphics cards right nowadays can cover games just fine. I don't really care. I'm more interested in the transcoders. No one really covers that, but you can find some people that cover that. But then one of the things I was interested in is, like, it's a small card with like one blower style thing on there, and I just wanted to hear how loud it was. And no one covers how loud it is. It's like no one just puts it into your machine, you can hear it, because like, why would you? It's not really all that interesting. So that's something where I like to play the entire game on stream. Such that if you're interested in, like, let's say you want to play Black Myth Wukong, where there's a video coming out about that soon, if what is it? If I want to, if you want to play that game, it seems interesting in the video that I make about it. You can go for me playing it and look specifically for the things that you're interested in. So that's what I think that definitely helps. Arturo says, Tater, for example, explained the mechanics in Descendants better than the in-game stuff, but for the PlayStation 2 era, those videos were also a lot more useful than the actual written guides a lot of the time. Yeah, and that's why I think that there is a mutable beneficial element towards these. Towards the way that we're doing it right now with games, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that works in the exact same way for everything else. So that being said, I will have to like take a short little break. So what I want to do is I want to share the video right here with you. This right here is actually I'll probably play for the entire Age of Empires 2 playlist. I think I do have that because I do today. Let's see. Let's see here if I can just. I can't throw down and watch later then. All right. So well, basically, we're just gonna go and watch for these videos right here. That's gonna take. Well, I wish I could throw this around. Jeez. I might have to log into this. Actually, you can't see what I'm talking about, but yeah. Well, I'll have to come back in a bit. But yeah, basically, this right here is a video. These are my Age of Empires 2 videos that I've made so far. I really enjoyed this game. Like, these videos were massively watched, and this video is probably better than these two above. But nobody watched it. 800 views, 820, and this has got 25. So I think this is criminally on the watch.
It is time.
I would like to share it with you as I take a short little break because it's getting warm in here. I gotta air out the hot air, and I'm gonna get some refreshments in a bit. So yeah, we're gonna do that real quickly. It's the first time I'm taking a break in the stream in a long time. But this is because it's quite a long stream. So yeah, I'm gonna go and turn this off. I'm gonna turn off my mic, and then we're gonna go and get started with watching this right here. Is this the way that I want to do it? Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it like this. All right, well, enjoy as I take a short little break.
Oh boy, it is time to return to Age of Empires 2. It started out with me playing with a friend a little bit of Age of Empires 2. We were just like kind of playing around. We didn't really know what we were doing. We were kind of clicking buildings, clicking units, making something of everything. And then when we had Imperial Age, just send everything over and see what happens. And then I one time featured it in a video and y'all kind of liked it. Now I need to get better. Because last time I tried to fight with the Vietnamese, which I said I've been practicing with. And I tried to fight against a hard AI, but no matter how hard I tried, I could not. As you guys pointed out in the comments down below, the hard AI is only one step in your journey. That sounds very poetic. The real challenge only comes when we get into online matches, when we start fighting actual humans who are pretty damn good at this game. So there is a lot for me to learn, and I've been trying to practice a little bit more, and we'll see if it's gonna be enough. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. There we go. What we have right now as well, we have our little timer right here, so if you want to keep count of how long I'm taking to get to certain ages, then you can keep count of that right above there. What I'm doing right now is I need to go and make sure that everyone gets to work in time and finishes their houses, which I didn't do the last time I played. How did I get a house? How did I get a house so fast? What I'm doing right now is I'm going to try and find my sheep right here, which you may wonder, like, man, those look like pigs. And it's like, yeah, the sheep right here in this game, they kind of look like pigs. I'm going to use them to explore a little bit around this place to see what I have around me. And I want to find 4 sheep in total, or 4 pigs in total. If I found them, then I can go and scout my opponent's TC, which is right here. Your TC is kind of your building of production. That's kind of where the entire economy is going to be building out of. Right now, if I look at this, I have good wood lines. I'm so happy with that. This should be quite well manageable when it comes to maintaining a proper defense right here. So we have found our other sheep right here, which is good. So then what I want to do is I want to get a rough idea of what my opponent is doing. What do we find here? We have his wood line over there, which means he's probably also quite walled in with wood lines, which would be kind of nice for him, not for me. And then we can go over to the feudal age. We're about 9 minutes in for feudal time. Probably go build a barracks right now so that we can go build archers straight away. Actually, what I'm wondering about is maybe I would want to go and build a wall right here, such that I can protect this wood line right here, and then maybe wall from there to there, and then close that off. I'm going to be kind of a big greedy. Now I want to go and see where my archers are. Oh no, my archers are already attacking. I'm already losing a little bit of control here. All right, I need to get my my upgrade right here. Ah, I've lost my archer mass. Okay, this is going wrong already. This is not good. I forgot making villagers. My offense is not going strong, and I also forgot to make fills. This is quite bad. Oh no. I'm fearing the worst here. Everyone go build there. Everyone go build there. No way! This is the worst. This is the absolute worst about playing against AI. AI, like, they don't even need to look for holes in the walls. they know exactly where the holes are. Right now, like, he is freely allowed to boom. Like, he's freely allowed to, like, make whatever he wants. Yeah, no, this is not going great. I'm gonna go restart this. So let me show you right here what went wrong. This right here is exactly what I mean with, if you're playing against a human, they would not see this as being open, but the AI, they don't even search for anything. They just go right here through. I like the timing I had on the barracks right here, because basically what you want to get is you want to get the barracks done by the time that you have feudal age, because then right away you can build your archers. Here, these barracks are complete on the dot that the feudal age is done. So that was sweet. However, this is where my problems start to begin, because basically what I want to do right now is build 2 archery ranges straight away, and then once I build those archery ranges, I want to make sure that I keep producing 1 villagers, and number 2, I keep producing archers. This ring right here is actually really nice. If I lock that off and I didn't bother with this bit right here, then I can move out. And that just screwed around with my entire play. So let's try to do that better. Let's make sure that next time, like in the next match, what I'm gonna do, right away, go for it with my archers, get about 8 archers, and then get going. Now what I see right here is that we're kind of in a corner, so that means that I kind of want to scan the corner right here first, before I go over to him. I have only found 1 boar. I think that the other boar is going to be over there. I'm just going to go and like hope that that's the case. Yep. Knew it. We're going quite good. I think that we're on a good, we're going fine. Oh shoot, I forgot the house. I need to keep my circle small. But I'm thinking maybe I can wall from there to there. I'm getting late with my archers again. Can I get fletching though? Yes, I can get fletching. So far not everything is lost yet. But here we go. The attack's going to start. Right now, I don't have a massive amount of archers as yet, but I know that he's going to be coming soon, so I'm going to get out of the way. He's building a tower. Okay, I want to get in the hill right here. There we go. We got another fill pick, and now we're going to get out of the range of the tower because we want to keep our archers mostly alive. And what we're going to do right now, create archers right there. They're going to be control group free. And while these guys are moving out and keeping like their skirmishers busy, I'm going to get this group to go around and start harassing right behind here. And then ultimately I want to like group them up. The bigger group of archers you have, the better it is. So this is right on the range of the tower. So I can start picking them off right there. You guys keep moving, please. And this right here is like the difference that you see once I like keep harassing him and I don't have him on my backline right here. Look, they're building another wood camp over here. That's useful information. Let's see if we can get another villager pick. If that costs me like 1 archer, I'll take that trade. Look at that. There's a couple of like they're hunting over there, so that's where I want to go to. I want to send these guys over there as well. They're my control group free, and they're going to be 1 massive form of archers pretty soon. And then I can go to my inactive villagers right here, and I should probably go and build a market because I have way too much food. There we go. We're going to sell some food, and then we're going to go up to Castle Age right here as soon as we can. Also, in the meantime, what I want to do probably is I want to go and build myself a couple of stables. Oh, he's in Castle Age already, so he's got knights out. Now, I am being absolutely slain right here, that army. That's not really worth it. So far, as you can see right now, I'm getting further than I was getting before. This right here is the part where I am not as confident in. So the reason that I bring in my knights right here is because knights are the kind of the counter to the skirmishers right here. I think what I'm going to do right here with my knights is I'm going to go take out that tower, because knights can't stand the fire. Now I've taken that tower down. Do I have enough momentum to maybe go for his TC? Like, what if I do that? Also, what if I'm Bolsey and I just say, that's Castlein. That's a very daring castle, by the way. I don't know if that's going to complete. I don't think that's going to complete, so I'm going to go build it over here on the hill. Because if I like try and build that castle and then that fails, that would be kind of bad. Is that castle going to complete 72%, 62%? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that castle's not going to complete. Oh man, that's not good. I need more manpower. This is a massacre. This is not a good engagement. Man! Oh, I was so close! I was so close, but this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. Like, look at the score difference. Oh, boy, man. What I should have probably done is just look at how much food I have. I should have gone Imperial. I should have gone Imperial Age and then get the Trebs out. This right here was just so bad. This right here is definitely the difference between, like, medium AI and hard AI. With medium AI, right now, if you're doing good, like, you can just steamroll them. I thought I had it, and I kind of threw it. This right here is a fatal mistake. This is the moment where I have 45 army against 14. I should have kept my army back, build a castle right here, kind of like denying this chokehold right there. You couldn't get on stone anymore. I would take this woodline there and then go into Imperial Age and get traps. But what I did was kind of stupid. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get that tower to deny him these resources, even though he wasn't really on these resources anymore because his resource center was there. And yeah, I take down the tower, but at what cost? Like, how many go down? I was on 42. Actually, a lot of my knights survived, so that tower was not necessarily too bad. But then the TC was. Like, just look at that go down. I lost 10 knights.
I hope this is an interesting journey to watch. I want to get better. My ultimate aim is to be able to kind of play this game quite a rate where I know what to do, I know naturally where to flow into. Like for instance with the Dark Age, I know perfectly what to flow into, and with that, because I have that, I can also like talk to you a little bit better. I can make more interesting content, I can make sure that I have more oversight as to what's going on with the live stream and with the chat. That said though, if you want to indulge me, there's one more thing that I want to show you, which is the reason why, even though I made so many mistakes in this game, I was still kind of confident that I could stream this. This right here is a game that I played not on stream. This was just a practice game against hard AI. And I want to go and try and do something which I've not done before, which is just go over a game step by step while I'm not playing it, to give you a little bit of insight as to like how I'm playing it, show you something that I am maybe a little bit proud of. Let's see if this loads up, and let's look at these two wonderful players. Can I play this entire thing? Oh no. So yeah, this right here is the thing that I wanted to show. This is a game that I won, and if you go to the map right here, you can see this against a hard AI. This is so strange. Like, I saved this game. I specifically said, save game, and I saved it right there. All right, well, here is the thing that I wanted to show you guys. This is why I have a little bit of faith in myself, is because I have won one game against AI, hard AI already. That's the way it's supposed to be done. That's the way I've done it once, but I didn't do that today, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to bring that to you, but hopefully next time I will finally be able to beat the AI and then move forward. All right, welcome back everyone to the actual stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that little break. Oops, I was actually auto-playing videos. But yeah, that was one of the videos that was completely under watch right there. I don't know why necessarily it did that, but hey, it did that, and we're just gonna have to live with that. But as I said, right there, we're gonna go and continue on the video right there that we that I made right there. I'm gonna try and learn a little bit more about the game, and one of the things that we're gonna learn about today is the Nomad game. And Nomad is a different type of gameplay. We're gonna learn all about what that is by taking a look at another game that someone else has played who knows a lot more about this game, and through looking at how they play, hopefully I can learn something about how I can play better. That is basically the idea. That's basically what I want to be doing for now. So yeah, the age difference is stark. The difference in age is going to be really, really stark. So, yeah. Let me see. Why did I do that? I think there's some point to it. I think it will be alright. Right, so, yeah. So, let us go and do that. We're going to go and close these tabs right here. I'm going to go back into the game here. That is all prepared. So, let me see. Do I have the sound here to the game? Yes, I do. There we go. Perfect. So, I just want to, yeah, I think I want to check this real quickly. Okay, cool. So, what is the plan for today? What we're going to do right now is we're going to go and look at someone else who plays. So, the way that we do this in this game is one of the big great things about Age of Empires 2 is that you can go into single player right here and you can load your game. Now, with loading your game, you can go and look at previous games that you've played. That's what I've tried to do before. One of the things that I've discovered is that it doesn't record all of the games. I thought that if you saved your game, you would also record it. But saved games apparently means that you save a game where you can continue from. And I clicked save game like with that video once I was done with that game that I played. The thing that you do need to make sure you set is like record game. If you click that, that will record all your games. You do have a certain amount of cloud capacity, so you will have to delete games that you're no longer interested in. But because of that, you can go and take a look back at what the game is like. But one of the things that you also have is you can go and take a look at other people's games. So what I have right here is I have a couple of games of people have played that are me, and I'm just going to go and try and find them. Because these are all the games that I've played. I've played them sometimes quite a bit. Let me see. Where are the games that I prepared? That was quite a bit back. Yeah, these right here are the ones. And the game I'm looking for is this game right here. Now, this game has a built-in replay looker, like a replay thing right here. But we can also go and spectate right here with Capture8. And Capture8 is a community-developed program that allows you to look at this thing in a lot better way. So that Age of Empires video happened so long ago. Yes, it has been a really, really long time. Between that, there happened a whole bunch of things. What happened in between there, for sure, has been the what's it called? We had the special. We had TwitchCon. There was so much more that I prepared for that, which. Like, so much stuff got in between, which was a little bit sad, maybe, that had to happen in between, that there wasn't that many content up here, because that is, like, one of my second or third most recent videos. But there will be more. There will be more. I'm trying to up it a little bit, and this is part of it. Maybe I'll turn part of this into a video, but it just kind of depends on how things go. So one of the things that I'm kind of looking for right here is settings. I'm just going to go and adjust this real quickly into something that looks a little bit better. Let's see. Hold on. Flip that around. Custom image. Open custom images folder. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. I want to go and select that one. All right. So here we go. There we go. I'm just preparing this real quickly. So this right here is the Capture Age program that we have available to us. It has a lot of features right here. As we can see, we have a brand new map here that we're going to take a look at. We're going to take a look at these two players that I'm going to introduce in a moment. But one of the things that is also has, which is rather interesting, is like it has a whole bunch of features. Like right here, I can set up custom images for people, and then I can also go right here into the settings. I can like set this to be like a play all of 9 or whatever, and I can set the scores of who won. I don't know like what has happened here, but basically people are using this for like doing tournaments and stuff. I'm still gonna get used to this, but we will see as we move along right here. So if you guys are ready, let us go take a look at what Nomad is like, what his new game mode is like, and see if we can learn from this as we're gonna get started with this. Let me see if the sound works. I think the sounds works on this. Let's see, I'm hearing things properly. Just a second, I think I am. Yeah, I think I am. All right, good. So then we're gonna go and get started all the way back. We're gonna go back to the start, right here. 3, 2, 1, and let us get started right here. So welcome everybody to an Age of Empires 2 Nomad game. This right here is a brand new game mode, or for at least brand new for me. It's a different game mode than what we've played before, where back in the day, actually, no, I'm sorry, I'm starting this off all wrong. Also, I'm starting this going backwards. It's so bad. All right, let me make sure that I set it to right here. I need to make sure, like, I'm still need to figure this out. I'm still figuring this out. Sorry about that. All right, so here we go. This right here is a button that I need. That's 1x speed. You can change the speeds around. This is the very first time I'm using the one where you can travel back in time and that sort of stuff. So yeah, oh boy. Welcome everyone to an Age of Empires 2 Nomad game. This right here is a different game than your regular standard Age of Empires 2, because what you might be able to tell right here is that people are starting out without the buildings. Normally in an Age of Empires 2 game, you start out with a TC where you can build your villagers, and from there you can go out and set up your entire economy. But what you see right here is we have 2 players about here who are building their town center right there, and there's someone who's out here trying to build it over there. People don't start out with their town centers. Instead, they start out on this entire island right here, which is surrounded by water, which in most normal Age of Empires 2 maps also may not be the case. And you start out with 2 villagers right over here, and you start out with 1 villager further away. So we have a red villager over here, we have 2 red villagers over here, and we have a blue villager, we have 2 over here, and the other one is, I believe... Let's see if we can find him. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's right over there. Now, the thing with Nomad that makes it very different from normal play, as I said before, normally you start with a TC, you have more villagers around, like you have all the 3 villagers close together, and then once you get started, you can have them build houses, and you can easily start producing villagers, gathering wood, gathering food, and moving on with your plan. This right here is a little bit different because you don't know, like you start out somewhere, you don't know what the map looks like, and you can decide where you're gonna build your TC, and where, like, what your entire thing will look like. Normally, you may think, like, hey, you know, let's say I have a villager right here, let's say I have red right here, and I want to bring my villager very close to my TC, like, you may want to bring everyone together, but the problem with that is, like, if you start doing that, you may start later with building your TC. Like, right here, you already see that blue right here has already started with, like, gathering wood, where red only just now finished their TC. So basically what players here do is they try and find a wood line as fast as possible, hopefully with also an extra resource right here. I think that blue, if they knew, let's see what their fuel was like. If we have blue right here, shift click please. So now we should be able to see, this right here is what blue saw. This is their viewpoint. I don't know what the blue area is. It's probably some sort of mod that I have to show the TC range. Sorry about that. Didn't know that was still on. I can't really get rid of it right now, but we're just gonna have to live with it. But if blue knew that there was right here, there was gold over here, they probably would have changed their TC to here, because it's nice to start on a wood and gold. But overall, you want to start out at a wood line with another piece of like resources right next to you. Or actually, like this spot might have also been a very good spot. Were they able to see that? They were also not able to see that. I probably they would have started right here. But you don't always get to choose your best spot, and generally people like to very quickly build their TC, get started, build with the other villager that's out here, build a dock that can start gathering fish, because docks in this game are also a way of getting fish. Now, in a lot of wood maps, like a lot of land maps, what you have is you don't really have any place to fish. You might have a little bit of water, but not enough to like place your dock, make fishing chips, and gather fish. So in a lot of games that I started out with, I didn't really know that this was a thing. And one of the things that you find really quickly if you start using docks, it's like it plays a little bit differently because you have to build your fishing chip for wood. But the nice thing about this is that you can make fishing chips right now. Like Blue's not making fishing chips, and Red right here is also not making fishing chips. But you can make fishing chips while your TC is busy. So basically, you can increase the production of your villagers, your working count, whilst you're doing something else. So a lot of times what you're going to see is that these people in these situations will go and put a lot more people on wood right here, increase their wood production, so it can also increase their ship production. Or at least, maybe that's what we're going to see. Because right now, we are watching a match right here between two Nomad players. I'm not necessarily a Nomad player. I've never really played much of a Nomad game myself. I've seen a couple around. But today, I want to try and bring you a Nomad game that I play myself. But for that, we need to learn a little bit about what the practices are of Nomad. Now, I started out explaining a little bit as like what the setup is. So you start out with building your TC right there, or building your TC right away with the two villagers you have, and just start spamming villagers. Then what you do is like with the other villager that you have around, you build a house, you build a dock. That seems to be what both players are doing right here. However, what we also want to do is, I want to lower that sound a little bit. What we also want to do is we want to learn out what these people are necessarily doing. Like what is their build schedule? What's going on? What is their plan of attack? So for that, we have two players right here that we can focus on. Today, I want to focus right here on the blue player right here, which is Daniela AoE, who is also a streamer, content creator for Age of Empires. She does casting, but we're basically like, well, what I'm doing right now, or what I'm trying to do right now, is just talking over the game, explaining what's going on, showing you these games, and she also plays herself. And this right here is a match between her and Kurt, who I don't really know much about Kurt. I don't think Kurt is a content creator, but I do know that he is from Colombia, because there is a place, there's a website where you can download all these games that people play publicly, and it also shows where they're coming from and what their standing is. So right here above, you can see that there's different numbers right here. This is their rank, and basically the higher the number, the better the player. So as we see right here, Daniela has the advantage of 52 points, 52 higher. I think it is called ELO. I think that is called like they took that from the chess ELO ratings. But yeah, that can change a lot, because every single time you win or lose, it may maybe plus 12, minus 12. So this might also just be that she's had a good day and Kurt has had a bad day, or whatever. You know, we'll see. We'll see how this match moves along. So let us focus on what Daniela is doing. What we see right now is that we have 7 villagers on wood. One big difference as opposed to a normal match where now you can place your TC on a wood line is that you don't need a lumber camp. Because normally your TC kind of spawns in the middle of it here. It would spawn kind of over here. You have your stone, you have your gold, you would have your berries, so it would kind of be here. And then you have to walk to your wood line and build a lumber camp. But because what we see, Daniela has built her TC right on the wood line, what we find is that she doesn't need to build a lumber camp, saving her 100 wood, which she probably put into building the house right here, building the dock, and then building the fishing ships, which you see are coming out right now. We have about 5 fishing ships, which you can see right here in the top corner. And then what we see right here is that for the rest, she's going on getting the boars as you normally would, getting the sheep. I do actually very quickly just want to check out when she built these fishing ships right here, because we saw that she started out right here with building out 1 fishing ship. But as we're going to see, like, I just want to bring back to the start of the game how this went, because this dock play is very, very different to what you normally expect if you start out with, you know, just regular Age of Empires 2 and you're not playing a Nomad game. So I just want to focus on this dock play because the TC is very easy to focus on. I don't really want to focus on the dock play that much more until it becomes interesting again. But we're just going to bring this all the way back to the start, and then we're going to jump back to where we just came from. But yeah, right here we see the dock actually... let's see, I know that there's some sort of timeline feature here. Don't know where the timeline feature is. I don't know where the timeline feature is. Where's the timeline feature? Right. Alright, so here we are. We're going to go and watch this right here. So right at the start of the game, we're 2 seconds in. Even before she knows where she's going to place her TC, what we see right here is that immediately the house comes up and the dock comes ready. And I think that's also what we're going to see in Red. Red's going to find a bit of a better spot, like a corner right here for the fishing ships to go. And it's basically you just build a house, build a dock, and then from that, I think the first fishing ship comes out right away. I'm just going to keep the dock selected. We're going to speed this up because we've already seen this, and we do need to catch up a little bit with lifetime. We were just that. So we have 3 villagers. They're all on food. Like this villager is going to go and fish right here because you do need to get your food production up for your villager production. Villager production does remain to be the most important thing. But yeah, you see these villagers go straight away to wood. Because of that, once she has around 75 wood, we see that the first fishing ship is being constructed. We see the first fishing ship coming up. And then there is, with the fishing ship, there's 5 on food. And basically what we see right here is that she went ahead and lured the boar. Let's go back here real quickly to take a look at that. How she did that. 3, 2, 1. It's going to happen in a moment, I think. So right here, we see that 75 wood has been collected, and the moment that that wood has been collected, it is time to go out and grab the boar, get the boar, take it down, and then put 3 villagers on food and keep 3 on wood, because right now we have also the fishing ship going on. And then I think that is the rest of the villagers all go on food right here. Oh no, right here you see the difference between having a dock. So like another fishing ship is being created, and then it remains to be 5 on wood to keep up like the fishing boats until about number 5. And then it is just the regular standard build, it seems. So we're going to speed up to back to where we were. But that is something that I think is very, very interesting to take a look at how this map plays a little bit differently as you may expect from a regular game. Now, I'm really curious as to where this villager is going to go. This villager seems to just walk all the way back to where everyone else is, and I'm wondering whether that is because that will give her a little bit of insight as to what's going on, and also this villager won't really be all that useful here anymore, building things by her own. She can't really be making anything here, and I think that one thing that's really interesting here is she has probably also spotted that red is here in the area, which if someone's building a house here, it's very likely that our TC is close by. So that's some useful information. We also see that she's been scouting with sheep right here. There's a sheep walking around. You don't have a scout either, so either you're going to have to walk around with villagers, which sometimes people do when they're quite new to it, but walking around with villagers costs you like valuable time that you could also be working. So sending out sheep is also a good way to go around. She doesn't see right here that red is here, but maybe she'll find something later on. So we're going to get back to the TC. If we want to get back to the TC right here, there we go. And let's see how this game continues. How does the game continue? Where right now we're seeing the uptime is about a minute later than a regular like Dark Age time. About 10 minutes in, they're clicking up. Red is a little bit faster. What we see, red has about 10 villagers on food, 4 on wood, 10 on food, nothing on gold and stone, and Daniela has 3 on gold, and that is right here, which is interesting. We have a gold situation developing right here. We have houses coming up right there. And what we see is that Danielle is a little bit more ahead when it comes to their economy. So 27 villagers as opposed to 24. And if we look right here, the idle DC time for both is much better than I ever have done. Like 12 seconds and 16 seconds. Most of the time I'm double that. I'm like 35. So that means that they're going quite even right now. Kurt should be going into feudal age just in a couple seconds, and then we'll see what he does. Like, he is very much focused. He's moved some couple of villagers to gold, which I think the reason for that. Where can we find the gold villagers, by the way? Where are his gold villagers? I'm quite curious. Where is he taking gold? Right there. It probably just took him longer to find the gold because that is pretty far away. That's one of the hard parts about the Nomad game. Now, this right here is interesting that Kurt has actually gone ahead and like built his mill a little bit off the berries to go and hunt go for the hunt right here. Normally you place it on the berries to go get the food right there. But it seems like Kurt is going to try and go for a fast castle where he's building the market, probably going to go for a blacksmith soon, and then building up to go to castle age as soon as possible just to get your defenses going. And this right here is a classic fast castle. We see basically Daniela building right away as fast as possible 2 required buildings to go to the next stage. And then also going for the hunt right here. And then once she has that, she's almost ready to go up to the next age. So what we see right here, 11 villagers on food, 3 on gold. Does seem to be, if you do that, you seem to be able to get to like the castle age quite quickly. Which is something that I'm going to keep in mind. Like, I'm going to try and follow this build a little bit when I'm going to try and do this build myself. We're just looking at things that are interesting in this game right here. And we're just going to go look at things that are interesting, like this sheep right here, who's out here looking for a mate. He's looking towards the deer. Deer don't really seem to be his type up. Maybe he finds another sheep right here. Maybe he finds a little matey right here. He doesn't. He's not interested. Can he even see that? Did he even see that? He didn't even see that. That is quite unfortunate. It's quite an unfortunate sheep. Who's just going to be walking around, and pretty soon is he going to feel like turning into the blue side, because once the sheep encounter another color character, they're going to feel like, well, maybe I want to be your sheep. But it also will let Kurt know that Daniela is in his area. There we go. So if we go here to Kurt's point of view, which we should still be on, he sees right here that there's a market here. And that should basically just indicate, like, okay, so this right here is what Daniela's base is. Daniela, by the way, just uses the sheep in the exact same way just to go out and scout what is on the map. She probably knows right here that there's a house here, so she'll probably want to explore a little bit here. And what we see here is very interesting. She starts to build outposts, which normally in a game, you don't necessarily see that fast. But one of the things that you also don't necessarily see is, like, if you compare this map a little bit to Arabia, which is also a very open map on Age of Empires 2. This map is sort of similar to Arabia. It is a map that's not very easily wallable depending on your location. Let's say you're right here. She could wall this quite fast. She could wall that, but then that right there is a little bit tough. Or right here, Kurt, like, he tried to wall this. I think that that's quite a decent wall, but then that right there is a little bit tougher. It's kind of like Arabia style, but one of the things that you don't see necessarily in Arabia, as we're seeing a castle come down. Oh boy. Hold on. I just want to go back a little bit. I just want to go back a little bit, see what that outpost saw. Because one of the things that I was just about to say is that you don't necessarily see on Arabia a lot of fast castles, because one of the problems is that it's such an open map, so that if you go out and you make a little bit of an, like, you know, you start focusing very much on the economy, not developing army, you will have the problem that the other opponent is going to go and raid you with his with his army. And if just a couple of archers or like a couple of scouts run through here, they could do some massive damage. And that's something that you see right here. These villagers will be totally exposed. If I had an army like of archers come through here and just take out the villagers here, these villagers would all be dead. And there are about 6 villagers, which you can't see right behind me. I should probably go move myself up here a little bit. There we go. But that's what you can see right here. We have about 6 villagers here that would be dead meat. We have here villagers that would be very quickly dead. And these villagers are close to the TC, so they might be able to be safe. But that would be, let's say that we would just take like these villagers right here. This would be 8, 6. That would be 14 villagers you could take out. Now in Arabia, you started with a scout, which is already giving you information that could allow you to switch over to military quite fast. But here, you see that neither of these players are walled up. Neither of these players are preparing very much for the aggression. I think Kurt is even more a bit more protected, but still he has right here 3 villagers. He has 4 villagers. Like, he has 7 villagers exposed as to 14 from Daniela. But it's really interesting to see that on this map, it seems like the practice is not necessary to go into early aggression. It might be a tactic that you could play, but seeing that this is a pretty high level match, where 1600 elo is not necessarily the highest. I think the highest is about 2500 elo, but this is still pretty high level play. That it's not necessarily expected from either of these players that there will be aggression coming in. So that's why right now, this is a very interesting situation where what we say now is that Daniela's coming in with a castle, which I thought was really interesting, because what we're seeing here is you build up that outpost just to get some vision. Like, let's say something's happening, you can see that happening. She already had an idea that there was something here, but this right here is a pretty clever move to just kind of anticipate that there will probably be something here. I don't think you can see the market in the blacksmith. That's probably something that only we can see. Just going forward. And I think also in the meantime, what she's also done is she tried to take the water. So you have a fire ship right here. I think that if we go to Red right here, Red still has all of his fishing ships. But what we see right here, Daniela's on the move on the water. She has a fire ship, and the idea of the fire ship is that you try and kill the opponent's fish, because that will just take out some of their food economy. And this right here is something that is completely unguarded. So we're also going to follow the water a little bit, but first I'm more interested in what's happening here with the castle drop. So let's continue on that play right here. Let's speed a little bit forward to where we are. There we go. And there we go. So the castle drop is coming in. What can she see? She sees the mark in the blacksmith, so that means that it is pretty close by. She sends about 10 villagers forward. 9 villagers dead, 10 villagers and 1 sheep forward to go and build this castle. In the meantime, can Kurt see this? Kurt can see this going up, and how does he react? Well, he pulls his villagers right here off of food. I think he reckons that these villagers right here are quite safe, because why would you bother to look there? And he starts building his own castle right here as the protection to the to the market and the blacksmith right here, and kind of, I think, even more so to protect this segment right here, because if Daniela were to make army, it would be a lot harder to go and move through this area when it's protected by the castle. Now, one thing that I'm quite curious about is like this castle, though, these castles don't range each other, I think. Or they do. They just about do. They just about do. Like, look, it's just on the edge there, and this right here is also just on the edge there. So now these castles are battling each other. That's a great placement. I would not have placed that good. But yeah, you see these castles are taking each other down, and you see that it's a very slow battle. We have about 4,700 health on the blue castle, 4,700 health on the red castle. It's going to take a while before these guys shoot each other down, but it's just keeping up some pressure. In the meantime, what we're seeing here is that the fire ship has found a fish. This right here is basically 5 villagers, 5 food villagers that you can take out. And it doesn't seem like Kurt has any army right here on the water. There's another fire ship just looking around here to see if it can find something, but I don't think it will find something. So yeah, that's just going to take out the fish, which is going to be a nice thing for Daniela, because then she doesn't have to worry about Kurt taking out like any offensive ships to take out her fish, and she could freely fish boom, as they call it. So this right here is still continuing on. What we're also seeing is like both started making conquistadors. That is really cool. So they started making an army right now. The Conquistador is a special unit of the Spanish, and as you can see, they're both playing Spanish. So this is a really interesting matchup, because what we're saying here is that you're both gonna have the same tools to work with. You're gonna have the same civilization. You're gonna have the same units, which makes it very much of a match of skill. It's like, how are you gonna go and like work with the same tools that everyone, like your opponent, has? And I think this is quite interesting. Like the Conquistador, I don't play the Spanish all that much, but I think one of the benefits of the Spanish is, first of all, they build faster, but secondly, the Conquistador is also a pretty cool unit, which is like a gunpowder unit on a horse, which means that it has the speed of a horse, but it also has the gunpowder that can, like, from distance go and take out like huge amounts of villagers. If you can just go in, shoot them down. It's basically just like a mounted archer, but then a gunpowder unit. Now we see that the Conquistador here has been found by the fire ship. This one will be taken out soon, but let's see what's going on here with the castles, because I think both are making more. Yeah, we have Conquistadors right in here, we have Conquistadors right in here that just amplify the power of the castles. And let's see what the next moves will be. So what we see right here is Daniela is just increasing the eco upgrades, getting a little bit more food out of the farms. We're seeing like the wood upgrade, getting more wood out of the lumber camp. Lumber camp has actually been made. And what we're seeing here, we're seeing a siege workshop come into play. The siege workshop right here will hopefully be used to take down the castle. And what do we see with Kurt right here? Kurt right here actually, let's see, Kurt is actually lagging behind in villagers, which is quite surprising. I'm actually quite curious to see. Oh wait, I'm changing colors. I'm doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. I don't know what there we go, we're back again. I'm quite curious as to why it is. Oh my god, Kurt has 2 minutes of idle TC time. Holy shit, when did that happen? Hold on, I just want to go back to when that happened. Let's go all the way back. When did the TC of Kurt go idle? So right here we're seeing villagers being made. Now we're seeing nothing happening. Okay, some villagers coming out. They were doing really, really good with their idle TC time. And then all of a sudden you're just seeing, like, right here, Curtis, like, build up a couple of villagers. I think that it was basically right here. If we go forward to this part right here, all of a sudden, like, look at these villagers just stop being produced. He was focused on something else, and now that's just come back to bite him. Where that is a huge lack of villagers. Like, there is a difference of 14 villagers between the two, and Daniela has built her second TC, which means that right here she can start producing villagers. That's a great spot. You want to be looking for a wood line and some gold, and that also kind of blocks off this point right here. If Kurt wants to enter through here, this kind of is blocked up by the castle. His units will be shut down. This right here is blocked up by the TC. That will be shut down, and then right here she starts walling off this. That is some great map awareness, and I'm actually quite curious how much of the map has she discovered. She has seen this already. She has seen that. That is fantastic, and right now she also knows about that. So she can basically control this entire element, like this entire part of the island. She can control. I don't know if she's going to place watchtowers here or something over here. That would be something where you could see the incoming army. But I think that right now she's just looking at like, hey, can we go and use these conquistadors to go and attack the wood line right here? That's the great thing about range units. Range units don't need to come around here. They can just go back here, fire some shots, and I think she's just going to look for the eco, which right here, Kurt has built a second TC, which is nice. Now the idle TC time is going to go up quite fast, which isn't all that bad, because if you have two TCs, you may not always have something going on in both of them, but then again, the better you are at managing it. Like, Daniela also has two TCs right here, but she keeps them busy all the time. Like, there is a big difference. 4-minute idle TC time versus 44 seconds. That is really quite interesting. So, yeah, right now, Daniela is taking the score lead, as you can see right here. And the Mangonels are coming out. So both of these players are trying to do the same thing. They're trying to do a siege push where they're trying to take out the castle, which is going to be a very intense thing. Because right here, if the castle goes down, it gives Kurt a straight angle into the economy. And then if we look right here, if Daniela gets to take down that castle, it's going to be the same way. Now, the rams right here are not supported by any army, and I'm wondering what's inside the rams. What kind of things are inside rams? I think it's just villagers. So they have repair villagers there, so I think Kurt's idea was just to kind of sneak towards the castle and then take it out. But he didn't expect it to be Mangonels, and these Mangonels can just hit these rams from quite afar, and then your rams are going to go down. if you don't have a supporting army with you to take out these mangonels right here, your Ramster is going to go down. It's not going to help much. I think that he's trying to save them and go around the other way, or maybe he had a bad angle on here. So, as you can see, the siege is doing quite a bit of damage. 3,500 health versus 4,500 health. That is forcing Kurt basically to start repairing, spend stone on repairing the castle right here. But then again, like, the difference in stone is not all that much. Right now the rams are being repaired. I'm wondering what's going to happen here. Also, we are just seeing another castle come up here. I think Curtis realized that Daniela went around with the conquistadors. It could have been very bad if Daniela discovered right here that the eco was here, but Daniela didn't notice this. Otherwise, that would have been really bad. And I think Kurt realized, like, let me go places right here. So what we're seeing from Daniela right now is that she's going to Imperial Age, which basically makes this a lot more of a boom game, where it's like very much focused on like try and get up as fast as you can. This right here is an interesting battle that we're going to see, where basically the rams have been spotted, the villagers have come under attack. That's a nice fill pick right here. The Rams are going to have to relocate, but what you see right now is that these units are not out of position, and Kurt has army to go and attack these mangonels, and if he can take out these mangonels right here, then this castle could be in serious danger, because once these Rams get on the castle, as you can see, there's no blue area right here, so the castle can't attack them. So these Rams are now, like, the only the conquistadors right here can like attack them. But we see that the conquistadors here have been killed by the castle fire, and I think that we're going to see that these Rams will go down as well, which will be unfortunate. This push will not have a great effect, and what we're also going to see, because there's 4 villagers here, these villagers will go down as well. So that has not been a very successful push, even though this castle came down quite a bit. Look at that. Half health right there. And I think that is going to be the last that we see of that, and now the entire army is gone. So that is an interesting situation that we have right now. Alright. Well, only 30 more seconds, and then we have Imperial Age for Daniela, and Kurt is not anywhere close to Imperial Age. He only has 8 villagers on food, 11 on gold, so he's pushing more for gold. Maybe he wants to buy his way towards Imperial at some point, or I don't think he's thinking about Imperial at all. I think he wants to build more castles here, maybe spend more gold to buy more castles to just protect this leak right here, and that is not a good castle. Oh, that is rough. That is really, really rough. I think that he needs this castle to go up to plug this hole right here. But I don't know if that's going to happen, because he doesn't have the mass right here. He has 4 conquistadors versus 8. So he doesn't have the mass to take down this group right here, because you're fighting with the same units. And he just, yeah, he calls it GG. That's not going to happen. Basically what I think is, if we just go back right here, he saw that if this hole doesn't get plugged, like, I'm just going to be run over. This castle doesn't complete. I can't go into Imperial Age, and this right here is also, I think, just a couple of seconds back. Yeah, Daniela reached Imperial Age, and then he was like, yeah, I can't do anything. So that is the end of the game. So yeah, almost 11. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. So one of the things that we're learning right here, which I think is really, really interesting to take away from this game, is that it's a lot more boomy than a Nomad game is, even though it is as open as a Nomad game is. But what we're seeing now is that both these players went very fast into castle. They went a pretty fast castle, not necessarily focusing army until what was it called? Until the castle age hit. I kind of want to see if I can go back in time. What's the going back in time function? There is some key that will bring me back in time. T maybe? Yeah, there we go. We can go around in time. So what we see right here, castle age is not in, and there's no army from either of them, which is really, really interesting to me. I was expecting these kinds of games to be a lot more aggressive, and I think they could be, but looking at how these are 2 pretty high-ranked players, I think that if I were to just go play Nomad against an AI or against like a regular player, I think that would be quite a raid. Trying this approach as well. Just going a fast castle, focusing on wood at the start to get one fishing ship out, then focusing on getting your boar, getting your food situation a little bit sorted around here. The focus on the hunt is really interesting. One of the things that I'm noticing as well, and I just want to point this out, which I think is really, really interesting, is I think both players go for the hunt in a very awkward position. Normally in your game, what you'd like to do is you want to make sure that if you go for your hunt here, you want to bring that close to the TC, because this is going to be a lot of walking. Like, if we look at this villager right here, I think I have a way to look at his life cycle here. Can I look at his stats? Let's see, research on the map, mini-map mode, Minitree. I thought there was some sort of way that I could look at the stats for this villager, and then see how long, like, what he's been doing. I don't know how to do this. I do not know. I'm so sorry. But what you can see right here, these villagers, they're gathering food right here, and once they're done with the food, they're going to have to walk all the way back a really long way back to the TC, where normally you would never want this to happen. You would never want to have your like hunt out this far. That's why you push it in with your scout. It's also why you bring in the boar. You don't want to be walking far away. And what you're going to see with the boar right here, this is a more traditional approach where, oh wow, she's using like TC fire. This is a more advanced mode where you're just using the TC to fire the boar down, and then you have to get the lash out with the villager, otherwise the boar is dead and you can't use it for food. Man, more normally you want to have it like this, where the villagers can walk very quickly to the TC. But I think both players in this group, like they're both walking quite far. Like these guys right here are going to go over here, which makes sense because that's close as gold. But I think even if we speed up further, we see that they're quite comfortable with walking quite a bit. Like this mill right here was placed for the hunt, but it also goes for the berries. And this normally is not where you place a mill if you're going to go for berries. Normally the mill is going to be placed there. That sheep is a good... Oh, he didn't find a sheep. Okay, that's interesting. So, I think a couple things that we find is no army until Castle Age. And then also what we find is, like, go for your food, go for your wood, but don't be too pedantic about having it be super close, about hunting it in. I see no one making a stable to get scouts and then moving them in. So, I think that's something that we're going to be looking at. And this right here is very interesting. Daniela was ready to drop that castle at here, hitting Castle Age. So, actually, I'm quite interested. When did she send people to Stone? The stone happened... Whoa, the stone... Oh my, yeah, of course the stone was right next to the TC, but the stone happened just even before Feudal Age, and then she kept on the stone this entire time. And that was 12 minutes in heading Feudal Age, and then if we just look at when she clicks up the castle, that is... She actually went for Loom and then clicked that off and then went for Castle. That is wild. So that is basically, within 2 minutes, going to Castle, and also Kurt followed quite fast. And one thing I'm quite curious about then is if we go and look at the tech tree. Can we look at the tech tree right here? The tech tree right here. I'm curious as to whether both have Loom. Kurt has Loom. Daniela does not have Loom. So if Kurt would have gone in here with just an archer army, they would have been feasting. They would have been absolutely feasting here. But yeah, this right here, good move to get a scout going as like, hey, where is he? And then basically the moment that Castle should drop a castle, put the pressure on the opponent, and yeah, basically force him into making a castle of his own. And this is also your unit production. So you're not going to go for bed. We've not seen any barracks. We've not seen any other units. We're just seeing straight conquistadors from the castle. So I think that we're going to go try this ourselves. We're going to see whether this is something that we can do ourselves first in a practice AI game, and then yeah, we're going to see if we can do that further. Also, what I'm seeing from both is they're sticking on 2 TCs. They're not building anymore, which is interesting. But I think that's because the battle just took the battle took the precedence, and yeah, little bit of siege with mangonels. I wondered if Daniela hit, like when she hit Imperial Age, were the traps coming up? Yeah, the traps were coming up. So basically, yeah, there were about 10 conquistadors, and then the traps would have come out, and the traps would have destroyed this and that, and yeah, that would have been it. So yeah, that is gonna be what we're gonna learn from this. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this look of a pretty high professional game. Covered by someone who is quite new to the game, and seeing what we can learn from this. The more we learn, hopefully the more insight we can get from these games. Also, one thing that I do want to point out with the docks right here is that Daniela has kept the control of the water. Fire ships are around here. I think she had about 3 of them, with the only one being there. She kind of kept an eye on what's going on. The dock here is down. That went down over time. And then here what we're saying is that she built a dock a little bit further up ahead, because obviously the fish are running out, and that keeps the fishing the fishing ships from staying keeping close. So that's basically what we're looking at, and yeah, let's see if we can emulate something like this in our game. So yeah, also if you're interested in seeing Daniela play on Twitch, she does have a channel, Daniela _AoE. So yeah, check her out. Anyway, we're gonna go leaf map. Return to the main menu. Play a little bit of music, please. Oh boy, how'd you like that? What was that like? Was that good? Oh man. I'm gonna go check real quickly what the temperature is in here, because it feels really, really hot. Ah, it is 31. It is 31 degrees. Oh man, oh man. Right. So I'm faced with a choice a little bit. I kind of want to go play the game, but that would mean I would have to take another break to cool this room down, because it is 31 degrees. inside here now, and it's only going to get warmer. And the thing that I'm wondering about is if this is going to be very, very useful in the sense that if I'm going to continue with this, 45% would mean after every match I would have to take a break. I'm kind of wondering maybe... Man, I was hoping to go for longer. I was hoping to go for much longer today. Like, I was hoping to go for, like, 5 to 6 hours. But this is a one-of-a-kind heat wave today. Tomorrow's going to be much better. Next day is going to be much better. So I'm kind of wondering maybe we should leave it with this. We've had a pretty much fun 3-hour stream. We have covered the game, but then... yeah, the problem that we have right now is that if I were to go and try these games, I don't know... This is probably going to get to 35, maybe 40 degrees. With the way that is going. And I don't think that that's going to be any way good for me casting this or like doing the stream. So, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Oh, man. Afim says, you know, making a strategy game could be interesting practice. Making a game could be very interesting practice. The thing that I have with making games right now is that that's something that I'm not necessarily very familiar with. So that is something that we are looking at with Joey, maybe? Doing something fun. But that said though is I will have to dedicate more time to it than making these videos, and I think that right now covering the games right now is a little bit easier for me. This right here is already something different for me, like learning the trying to talk about a game that isn't my game that I haven't seen before, and I'm just jumping in blind and seeing like what can we learn from it. But I'm thinking maybe I'll follow this up tomorrow with another video, sort of, or like another stream. Because now it's getting too warm, and I don't think that it will be very useful for me to continue this on in the way that I'm doing this right now. Because it is getting too warm, and I don't think that will be very beneficial for the stream if you're going to see me all sweaty and all, all worm-like. But we did have about a 3-hour stream, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And then we will continue this on later on when we're taking the lessons that we've learned from this, and then we are... we're going to move on with that. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm sorry to cut it off short after about 3 hours. Saying I'm cutting it short 3 hours later is a bit weird to say, but I do feel that is the correct thing to do. I'm sorry about that. That was not my intention. Normally, I want to make these streams go longer, but today has been just a pretty long day. It has been a pretty warm day. I can't do much about that. I can't do much about the temperature. I can't do much about that. I can't really cool this down while I'm streaming this right here. So yeah, next week we're gonna have a longer stream. We'll see whether that will be Warframe or Age of Empires 2, but we will have a continuation on this coming in soon. For the rest of the week, I think that we only had Black Wave Wukong on Friday, so maybe tomorrow I'll do a stream on. We'll continue the stream and we'll try to implement this tactic in various different ways. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.